Hello everyone.
Hello, guys.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the African Championship circuit. But this is the Gulag, of course. This is the roadmap to the African Pro Series. It's been an amazing long season, but we're back again. It's me, Carl, with the one and only Black Matter. You're here.
Yeah,
Hello, Black.
yeah. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. It's been a while, of course. And, I hope you guys are prepared because, trust me, tonight is definitely going to be one to remember. Of course, Black Manta, we call here the Gulag Series. And these teams that are about to show us what will be remembered. And, man, I don't know about you, but I'm pumped and I'm ready to go. So, keep calm. Let's do it.
Yeah, four teams, and we call a lot of these teams. We've seen them play so many times, but four of them, of course, Nature Gaming unable to play the Gulag because, as usual, for the second time in a row, they've not been able to keep their full roster, which means they're also going to forfeit their Gulag sport. And unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing them in the APS this time for sure. They're not going to be in the APS season 3. So goodbye, NATO. But however, the one team, Strix Gaming, of course, are going to be playing the Gulag from the APS season 2. And then we have 3 teams all the way from Challengers, of course, between UAH, UHMT. Very long name, UAHMT. Absolutely long. And of course, we've also got Nonagon, who have been here before in the APS season 1, and they've also played one Gulag, but they've not been able to make it back to the APS since then. And this is once again another chance for them to find a way to battle it out and end their sport to the APS. And then, of course, Mighty Aura, the merger between Mighty Esports and Aura 233, I would say, manned team. But again, this is not going to be an easy bout for any of these 4. Only 2 of them are going to qualify for the APS 3, and the other 2, they're going to come to my house. Yeah.
Man, it's when you really think about it and you put it that way, you can tell the stakes are high. You can only get 2, and you 2 has to go. Unfortunately, that's the structure, and I just hope that's not the case for any of these teams because I do hope they have what it takes. Up there, we see Nonagon, Strix Gaming, 2 Nigerian teams going up against each other. Then we have the UAH Monarchs TEI. I'm trying my hardest to pronounce that. And Mighty Aura. Mighty Aura going up against each other, man. Best of 5. I cannot wait to see what these guys have in store for us tonight. It's the Gulag Series upper brackets, Carl. Nonagon and Strix Gaming, the first fixture up for tonight. We know Nonagon to be a Nigerian team, all Nigerians, likes of Devilman, and we know how crazy these guys can get sometimes. But then, so far, the performance they haven't really been seen in the APS much. But then, I do hope they have what it takes to get into the APS 3, and the Gulag series is gonna show us if they do.
Yeah, no doubt. Best of 5. And Hacienda hard points where it kickstarted things off. Fire Range S&D, Standoff Control, Summit hard points. And if we do get there, another Coastal Satch and Destroy. This is quite a couple maps that I think we've been kind of used to. We've seen a lot of these maps in rotation in the past couple of months. And not just in the APS, but also across the World Champs, across all the various regions out there. So I'm pretty sure the players, they know these maps like the back of their hands. And it's all going to come down to who wants it more. But again, we're starting things off with the Nigerian Derby. These are 2 full-on Nigerian teams, and only one of them, most likely, is going to be qualified for the APS Season 3. They might both qualify somehow. We do have the lower bracket run, so if one of them falls down, makes a lower bracket run, they could also get that slot booked, but it's not going to be an easy bout for any of these teams. In the meantime, however, Nonagon, they've been in the APS Season 1. They fell from there. That was a very bad record on their side. They fought hard in Gulag to qualify for APS 2, didn't work out. Now they have a chance to go to APS 3, and they have to go through Strix, UHMT, and of course, Mighty Aura. But of course, this Strix game though, I want to ask you, put you on the spot, what do you think is going to be happening in this our first matchup today?
Yeah, as that point, as the end up, man. If there's anything these teams have in common, is that they already have experience when it comes to these maps. They must have practiced, they've trained, they've scrimmed off stream, and they've prepared, playing in comms here and there. But then, to be very honest with you, man, playing in scrims and playing offline, it's a much different game when you now play in the real tournament matches. Everything is more calculated, everyone is more strategic, the rotations are more neat, the gunfights are better. It's everyone is just at their top game when it comes to this competition, honestly. But so far, Nonagon Strix Gaming. They are the ones that are going to be opening the floor for the Gulag tonight in the upper bracket. And I can see the prediction tab here. So, honestly, best of 5 ex Nonagon. I am inclining towards them, but then Strix, I've seen what those guys can do. Those guys are good, but I'm going to make it close. So yeah, Strix Gaming takes it 3-2. That's my prediction.
Wait, Strix takes it. You're banking on Strix take it.
Yeah, 3-2. Prediction.
Okay.
Prediction. Before you come for me later.
No, I know it's a prediction. That's why I'm asking again to just double down on the whole thing. I want to be factual that you did say 3-2. So when you bust, I can hold you by your neck. But in the meantime, 3-2 is what Black says. Personally, I think I would want to go down the favor of Nonagon. Like I said, they've had such should I say an amazing run? Maybe not amazing, but of course they did finish top 2 in the Challenger Series, so they do have what it takes to qualify for the EPS, but they have to go through Strix. And these two teams, both Nigerian teams, on paper, Nonagon do seem to be the better team on paper. But then they haven't really played that much. They haven't really given us that matchup yet, so we can't actually decide. But I want to go towards Nonagon 3-2, but of course it's not going to come down to who gets the first map win. I think that's going to set the whole tone for the entire thing. But we're going to find out. In the meantime, however, our map on Hacienda, this is the Lion's Den. It's a very, should I say, it's becoming a classic hardpoint map. We've seen that map on hardpoints so many times lately that I think it's one of the maps we're very used to casting nowadays and actually playing as well for the players. So I think whoever wins that map could potentially set the tone for the entire thing. But of course, don't forget, that's not our only game today. We still have Mighty Aura, who are going to be facing off against UAH later in the same day. So yeah, but game 1, we are locked in.
We are locked in, man. And of course, it's at Hacienda there. The rotations are going to matter for the P1. You have Mano, P2, you go close to the driveway. P3, you rotate all the way to warehouse. Then P4, back to rocks. Straight close to that P2 there. Nonagon, Strix. We're going to be seeing some rotations. We're going to be seeing some call-outs being given. Of course, the listeners are going to come in, some way during the match. And, man, I honestly believe that Nonagon, they may look good on paper, but if there's anything we've learned from the African Challenge Championship circuit as a whole, is that sometimes reality is often disappointing.
Okay. Yeah, we lost him for a little bit there, but he's going to be back in no time. In the meantime, however, Hacienda Hardpoint, we're waiting for them to kickstart things off, and I think a lot of us on the stream, wherever you're watching this from, YouTube, TikTok, whatever platform out there you're watching this from, stay seated. It's about to get exciting. You can also drop your predictions on the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win our very first matchup for today. STX and Nonagon. Again, STX, however, featured for the very first time in the EPS in Season 2, and I don't think they finished where they wanted to finish, because, well, the good thing is they didn't finish last. That's a really good thing. NATO did take that spot from them. But yeah, if you're STX, however, you didn't really get the best season out there, and you want them, you got to have a rerun at it, and that's, them playing the Gulag now, trying to qualify for Season 3, but in the meantime, they have to go to 3 other teams, so, man, Nonagon and STX, they've both been there. We can't really say that about the other 2 teams that are going to be playing today. We haven't seen up against our Monarchs TEF Esports, very long name. I can't add the usual thing I add on watch parties. Unfortunately, this is an official stream. Oh my god. And of course, you have Mighty Aura as well, who also haven't been able to, make it yet to the APS, but they both want a chance. But of course, Nonagon and Strix, this is the game that I'm pretty excited to see who's going to be getting this in the bag for their side. In the meantime, again, don't forget to leave your predictions on the chat, and hopefully I can read them out and call it out. And don't forget to fanboy towards any of these teams that you do love. This is the African Championship Circuit Gulag Series, and only 2 of these teams out of 4 is going to be making it to the APS Season 3. I think we might have to call for a very short break so we can get our other caster back online. And then we are going to look.
Yeah, of course, as Carl to say, it is apologies, guys. Air Grand Classico, it's already something that a lot of people are looking forward to. At Point Hacienda, then we move on to S&D, and then we move on from there. But then, man, looking at the roster for these teams, we have players that have made quite a name for themselves. I mean, 4G, we have these guys here, man. Strix as well on their end. They have quite a number of players. Devilman, I mentioned Devilman before, and I'm mentioning him again because I know just what that guy can do when you give him the right moment and the right time. He can make those plays that matter. Like he did say one time that they tell Devilman, just go all out, just go all out, right? Go all out. You don't have to hold back, and sometimes the man rampages around through, and I do hope he has some of that fuel because trust me, you're gonna need it if you want to get past Strix. And of course, Strix themselves are no slouch because they also have quite the lineup on their end as well. Don't forget K-Money, Mandem, Corrupt, Zai, and Toji. If we do get to see these guys being fielded, men, they must have come prepared. And Strix, I predicted in your favor, so don't let me down, man. Don't let me down.
Yeah, if you've been following the roster reveals for Nigeria, the Nigerian qualifiers for the World Championship starts today. I think it's already started, and a lot of these teams that you're seeing, especially Nonagon and SCX, are going to be in the Nigerian qualifiers for sure. And they've both announced it, Roystars. And if you saw the Strix game in Roystar, you pretty much saw the fact that they were all doing Wu-Fine pass. Like, that is what they were doing. I'm not even, I swear to God, I am not hallucinating. I am not exaggerating. Look at it now. This is why I like production. Thank you so much, Rutan.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like, these guys are dragging for, like, the motto of STX is, if you are not fine, don't bother. Like, you cannot play for us. Like, the only criteria you need to be a strict gaming player is you have to be a 10 over 10. You have to be fine, like, a fine man, and you can see that. But again, forget fine. These guys are also really skilled, and I'm pretty sure they have what it takes to put down Nonagon. I mean, look at that roster, man. Cody, Corrupt, K-Money. Let's forget, man, them. The guy, if you go to my comment section on TikTok right now, the only person, every girl, every lady out there has eyes on his Mandem, bro. What a big.
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of people actually looking forward to the XN Nonagon win because we can see 52% of the votes in the YT poll that was made. Of course, looking at the roster now, Devilman right there in front, any close to him, Greyjoy as well, Yuki, Chef, and Fuji behind them. Man, these guys are here today to show us why there is a lot of people that are voting for them. But don't forget though, Strix do have votes as well, and that is coming at 54% more than Nonagon. Wow, the poll just changed. Strix has more votes. What do you think, Carl? I guess the people watching actually think Strix has the potential for this one, man.
Yeah, I would agree to most of that because I mean, to be honest, Strix Gaming are no write-off. They look really good. We've seen a couple of scrim results here and there where they've been putting down some teams. I don't want to mention names, but like they're looking really good. So I think like a lot of the community now knows how good these guys can be on their day, and I think like it's more of like people just wanting to make sure they're on the safe side. Nobody wants to create bad predictions like Black, so they want to stay on the safe side. But we're gonna find out when the game starts, and we are gonna find out when the game starts. Unfortunately, Black, please, you're gonna have to call for the break, man, because the boys are taking their time to get ready.
Sorry guys, we're gonna have to go for that short break. But then hopefully when we come back, it's gonna be the action, it's gonna be the high point, it's gonna be Hacienda, Strix Gaming, XN9. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Don't you come back no more. What you say?
Oh, they get kicked out! Oh, they get kicked out! Holy Oscars, find the double, we both find swag, and they're gonna have it locked down. And Nonagon are going to claim the very first map. 2-2-1.
Don't you come back.
There you go. Legacy are winning every gunfight possible. They have the better spawn to as well. So if you're Mighty Aura, you don't have spawn for now to get a perfect breakthrough. All 4 players fall. Make that all 5 players for a freaking respawn. Now the clock.
1 more point and Mighty Aura with the win.
Right, this could be it surely. Can Nonagon still fight back? Can they still extend things? They get there first. They have it on lockdown. 2:30 today, but I jinxed it. All going up, so right back in. And it's this. It is definitely this. Map 5. Here we go.
Don't you come back no more. That's 3 beats. Man, what the heck? The man clears an ASD, send them back to respawn, and it's only 8 more points. Make that 6. Don't you come back no more. What you say?
Oh, they get kicked out! Oh, they get kicked out! Holy, cross, find the double, we both find swag, and they're gonna have it locked down. They're not going to claim the very first map. 2-2-1.
Don't you come back?
There you go. Legacy are winning every gunfight possible. They have the best 1-2 as well. So if you're Mighty Aura, you don't have one without get a perfect breakthrough. All 4 players fall. Make that all 5 players fall. Freaking respawn. Now the clock.
1 more point and Mighty Aura with the win.
Right, this could be it, surely. Can Nonagon still fight back? Can they still extend things? They get there first. They have it on lockdown. 2:33, but I jinxed it. All Monarchs are right back in. And it's this. It is definitely this. Month 5. Yeah, we won.
We're back, guys, and of course we will be bringing the action with us. And it's still Black Matter, it's still Carl, it's still the Gulag Series, the upper bracket, Strix Gaming XN9 for the best of 5. Let's see how this goes, because man, predictions are in, expectations are high. Let's see if these teams can deliver.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes in this for sure, and I mean that's the end hard when the Kickstarter thing. This is again a map we've seen so many times in the last couple of weeks, months. I wouldn't even say years because it's been really replayed across multiple events across the year for different denominations, different regions as well. But we Kickstarter things up now, and look at that beautiful KD. Devilman has been one player you always want to watch out for. We did talk about the man, what Forgy said about him. When they play S&D, the only player that doesn't play according to strategy is Devilman. They tell him, go out, go all out, go behind them, do whatever you want to do the flank, just do your thing, and we're going to play our strategy. And he's like a wolf without a leash, and he does what he wants to do. So that's one player that you're going to want to have your eyes on, keep your eyes on for the entirety of the hardpoint if you're the side of Strix Gaming, of course. But again, to kickstart things of Hacienda, Black Matter, first game, first cast, it feels so good to be back here.
Honestly, man, the nostalgic feeling, man, I can't seem to get enough of it, especially from the map as well. Looking over at the lobby, going through now, we go straight to the fountain, and now we will be seeing these teams run through, because now everything is peaceful. You get to see the view, you enjoy the view and the texture of the map and everything in between. But now, when the view ends, the chaos starts, and these teams will be at each other's throats. Now, moving over from the view, we see Rockstead Warehouse, that's P3, looking good. Rotations around that place will matter a lot, especially when you call it to that P4. But still, these teams know this already, and execution and how they do it, well, that's up to them. We said the best.
Yeah, talking about start once again, Strix Gaming did have a lot of success in their APS run. Weren't really able to show up against the big dogs, but I mean, ultimately, this is one of those times where they have to show up. This is against their fellow Nigerian team, their fellow Nigerian brothers, as I like to go and call them. And now P1 opens up, it's Hacienda, it's Hardpoint, it's our very first map in the Gulag Series Season 2, and things are already being chaotic. SCX started things well, they get the hill time first. Nonagon now playing catch, trying to get in there as well, but 3 and 1 on the clock. Team fights, gunfights, back and forth everywhere. Smokes are going to get thrown, and a lot of smoke. You all know that, and there's a lot of smokes in the hardware now being deployed, and it's all going to come down to who breaks the hill. SCX come through, and now they get that hill. 35 more on the clock of P1, and so far SCX have it on lockdown.
They have it on lockdown, man. But then, of course, Nonagon, I know Slouchy that came on picking up a 3-piece without Switchblade. That's a great start, of course, giving them the gap they need. But how long can they hold on to it? It's only 18 seconds left, but almost in scrap time. Nonagon takes it back. That's a great competition. They hold it in. That's, of course, Game Money coming back, taking out Forge. That's a double. Man, them force at the double on his own end as well. Nonagon trying their best to keep up for 6 seconds. Strix Gaming competing, but no, Nonagon says, no, you had your feel. Is the P1 here? They take it back, hold on to it. Scrap time's over. P2, rotations over to that next hill.
Back once again, 21 and 16. STX are going to have the lead by a little bit of a cushion there, but they have to go in next first. Rotations are not going to be the exact superpower because they're not going to rotate first. So actually, I take that back. Both teams are going to get there. Oh, when it comes down to the gunfighting, who's going to have is going to be all there. We're not going to have to get a breakthrough, and they are spawning all the way at driveway. So whatever they have to do, they have to come through that front door or perhaps the side. And so far, they've been shot down. But they're going for a split spawn. Somebody's now having that Rocksman for their side. Doji finds the kill. Greyjoy puts him down finally. Now Nonagon still on the back foot, but they're going to get that break with about 24 on the clock. But they have to hold it down, hopefully, to go and get things a little bit close. In the meantime, STX are still going to have that lead, and rotations are going to be very important as we go make our way towards the P3.
You know where it is, it's the warehouse. Now, of course, Nonagon setting out an ankle there. And more Strix Gaming, they know this there. They're gonna try to take him out there to go for the gunfight. But now they don't see him though. The numbers fall. Came one, he taking out Chef and Greyjoy as well. 42-41 Nonagon. If that heel opens, if they're there first, they're gonna take that lead. But Strix Gaming knows that yes they do. And Nonagon, they take back the lead finally. Ever since the game started, they haven't been able to. But now hopefully they can hold on to it. The first up pop. His Greyjoy comes up with that death machine. Coming through. Who's gonna come through? Corrupts on the other side. He takes that hit. And now 44 bullets out of the 125. I don't think 150 rather, and I don't think he can make the most out of it. The first shots, Toji, simplify 1, maybe 5, 2, maybe 3, but Stitchbit will have to do the rest of that one. Sparrow from 4G, get one, get Game Money now, that machine as well, 60-42, Nonagon solidify a 20-hill gap in P3 warehouse.
Yeah, so far, Nonagon are going to get their hands on that lead, and that's what matters the most to them. They don't want to let it slip anymore. STX, however, they started to slow down. That can't be good. Now the Claw finding a double value there to clear out the hill for them even further. It's all there. Equalizer bomb. Now the operator skills are going to get utilized, hopefully properly, because I have a lot of skills in the past. And they've been a nightmare to watch out for. But this one, Claw has found to equalize. That adds 2 to the tally as well, still all the way towards Rocks on P4, and who's going to be getting there first? If you're Strix Gaming, rotations have to be important. You've not been able to get your hands on that. That was a literal full 60 on P3. STX found literally no value. P4 opens up. Hot Nonagon are going to get there first. Once again, what is happening? How are we slowing down? They started the game so well. P1 was all theirs. P2 as well, almost all theirs. And now they started to slip it out. They let Nonagon get that lead and control the pacing of the game. 100-point mark looked in. The first to get above it. And if you're STX, what is happening?
Honestly, that's the question to ask, man. They just crossed the 50-point mark. What is really happening? Because that P3 was the beginning of the end for them. Honestly, I did say earlier that once Nonagon are able to get that next hill and able to break out from that lead, they said, see ya, and that was a double the score lead they gave them. But Corrupt now comes out with that switchblade. That's a 3-4 kill. Put down, that's 4 for the Fury kill, and maybe 5 because rotations will matter. I want to back into the P1. They're gonna make sure Strix, come on, take it in 6 seconds. Might this be the comeback, but then Corrupt still holding that switchblade. Systematic takes him down, make that 2 and make it 3. Game Money adds an assist. Hey, here's your assist. 62-110. Strix Gaming take P1 all over again, and maybe deja vu because this was exactly how it started. Strix Gaming dominating P1 as we saw earlier.
I mean, 23 out for Devilman. Talked about him being a nightmare to play against, and so far he's doing exactly that. But Corrupt as well, this guy, he's been, you know, he gets quiet, then he gets loud, then he gets quiet, then he gets loud again. And so far he's been loud for a very long time. He's not being put down, he's not stopping. P1 opens up, who's gonna get there? Of course, both side contestant, but now STX trying to also get to that 100-point mark. They need to get there. They need to get this game back on par. They need to get their heads back in the game, and P1 can potentially help them do that. 17 more on the clock. It's now down to scrap time, and they're also making a rotation towards that next hill. It's going to be very important they do get there first. They know they have to get there first. They can't afford to lose rotations any longer. Nonagon, however, they're going to let this crowd time go. They're going to send all their forces now towards that P2, and who's going to hold it down? Look at the kill feed. It's all blue. Corrupt once again. Now on the 20 kill mark. Goes towards Rock. Finds a kill. Trade puts him down. And now we're going to have to start counting the hard point time. A minute mark. And who's going to be in there? It's a contest with both sides. But STX now, they're going to get that break and make it all theirs. No contest whatsoever. Nonagon, they have to break. But now 4G falls. Baron finds a double. Trade puts him down. Chef's War Machine. Clawswell. Devil Man. They break that hell and they are right back in control. P2 is theirs. And if you're STX now, you have got to find a way to break it back.
Especially, man, especially when Devilman has now whipped out that claw to rip through the numbers there. 140. They're almost doubling the score lead again. We've seen them XDX break in with that P1 and take the first part of the hill, but then it's time they lose it to X Nonagon. They try to do that for P2, but Nonagon says no, you don't. Whips out that upgrade joy now, whips out that bread as well on his head and say, hey, we've got loads in our arsenal. We don't just got our guns, we have our ops, we have our breads. We can do that and get numbers from there as well. But Strix Gaming, what is going on? Like Carl said, we saw you guys dominate the earlies, we saw you guys take back this, and now they get 30 seconds of scrap time for P2. But how much points can they rack up from that? With X Nonagon is already on 155. P3 is going to open up. Rotations will matter. Warehouse, who gets there first? It's going to be X Nonagon. They set out an anchor, set out the Slayer. Someone's taking out from the back. Strix Gaming, there's no way. The equalizer rips through. Yuki finds the clean up for the double, for the triple. Yuki gets taken down, and Nonagon already have the heal, but no, they will be taken out. And Strix Gaming look their way, but will Nonagon let them? Stay tuned to watch out.
You have to stay tuned. You can't afford to zone out now, can you? 165 from the scoreboard, and Nonagon, they have to be locked in either, but STX are still fighting back. They're trying to get to the 100-point mark. Nonagon are not letting them. They keep extending that mark even further, and if you're Strix, you have to find a way to bring it back to your side now. 100-point mark now, 5 new cross, oh I jinxed it, didn't I? It's 99, just 1 point away, and now they do finally get to the caster curse. Doesn't really work, but STX, if you're them, you're not in a good spot mentally, and I wonder what their comms are going to look like as we go in for a listening.
Capture the objective. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested.
Still can't hear it.
Target down.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is ours. Hardpoint contested.
Target down.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost.
Well, that was I was hoping to hear a little bit of information, but then Strix, I do hope that they have something in store for us in their gameplay. They will show us. But then the scrap time, I'll be able to take something here though. The scrap time is only 7 seconds and 6 seconds. But then Carl, looking at the way that the game has been pacing so far, Strix Gaming playing catch up despite how they started. Do you think that there's a chance for an upset here despite the 50+ score difference here, man?
I mean, this is called D-Mobile. The score gap was almost 100-point gap. It's less than 100 now, so considerably lesser. And if you're STX, I think you have a little mental flip now. You can make things work somehow, but they're not really doing that because Nonagon going to look like they want to get 200 first, and they are starting to make their way there. 194, P1 is still there. Both teams throwing everything they have into that fountain. Ultimately, now, STX, you gotta listen to me.
Hunter killer drone inbound. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost.
Oh yeah, 1.3 to 1. Nonagon are going to get above the 200-point mark first.
Is ours.
Nah, man, this isn't good. Strix, come on, hang in there, wear up your boots because you're gonna need that Nonagon break again for P1. And this is against what we saw in the first part of the game. The first P1s almost 2 P1s actually, because we saw Nonagon actually win out the scraps and lose out the first part of the hill. But now we are seeing Nonagons actually win out the scraps, and man, everything is flipping. And Nonagon know that they're so close to the target point. The hill closes up now through the drive pit. It's great joy through with the death machine there. One the bullet was corrupt, shot him down, and now Chef another up. That's gonna do triple kill with a 1x6, a clean 3, and now the Sparrow for 40 to take out the rest. It's janitor duty for XN9 with the ups. Now Devilman, the Slayer himself with a claw comes out there. Yuki says, okay, Devilman's on the claw. I'm gonna be on the equalizer myself to 22. It's only 28.4 left. It's the hill on the P2. Mandem comes out with 1x6. Strix gonna break into it. Can they break into it? It's Nonagon. They find the break. They find it through. But Nonagon says, no, you don't. We need those points. 229. It's only 20 more points left. But Nonagon was Strix. They find a way.
I mean, this is just one of those moments where if you're STX, you started the game well so freaking good, and now you started to fall off so heavily. Nonagon having a lockdown, 13 more on the clock, and it's all down to business here. P2 might be there, but rotations are once again the important keyword. Who's going to be getting there first? Look at that mini map. There's already player number 2 being sent all the way to P3, having to lockdown, so Nonagon know what they're doing. They want to close things off here and make the map there. So the best of 5, first to get 3 maps with the Hurricane. Nonagon are on the edge of getting the very first map, but look at that again. STX again, bad rotation. They're not going to get there first. Don't be able to get that reload time, finding a double kill, find 2 players, push them down, corrupt with the final blow, and everybody in Nonagon are going to go for a respawn. It's STX. They might not be to the party first, but it doesn't matter. We are going to arrive fashionably late. They are going to break that hill, and now it's going to be there. 187, 230. Nonagon, they've got to find a way back into that hill. But right now, STX is not letting that happen. They're fighting back. Gunfights are going crazy. Corrupt finding one, K1E finding one, 14 Devil Man for a break as well. But they're not letting them get that break. It's all blue on the hard point time. 22 more on the clock. Nonagon, and they answer back. STX about to break that soldier point mark as well. But look at that. Oh, the AR about 27. Croft finds a double bread. They are going to break that 200 point mark. A 460 is all they needed. And now they need to go towards P4 Black.
And it's going towards P4, man. I gotta find out what Strix comps are like, man, because this performance change is something we gotta listen to. Let's go for a listening.
Man, them behind you, also behind me. One inside OBJ.
Pick on them.
I'm getting water. Nobody water.
Two more. Just
Come on, you run back to P2. 3.
Game, nice.
From open. Three. Two more. Is there? Nice one. I'm going you. I'm nice. Okay, now. Two going open. Watch it open.
STX going back with the sentry just might be. Look at that, listen. They started confident. They started well. They started to get slow. Doesn't really matter because they're back on top. Look at that scoreline. It's going to be there. It's going to be there with the lead. 241. Tempest finds a quadruple. It's all they name it. Nobody can break it. Nonagon, they're about to fall off. They're about to choke. Holy freaking choke. Man them. Finds a kill. Finds some value. It's all there. It's Nonagon now for a contest. It doesn't matter. It's STX and it's their freaking game. 250, 237. What a bummer for Nonagon.
I am stunned. How do you choke a near 100 gap score lead? That is something else. I mean, we knew the moment they took them out of that hill, the moment they rotated for that P3 and Nonagon were already positioned there first. When they started taking them out, that was the beginning of the end. That P3 rotation, that was where Strix knew that if they could hold that hill down, they have that hill in the bag. And they made the most of it. They racked as much points, they milked as much points from that hill as possible. And Hunt Nonagons well, it was only downhill from there because then over to P4.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested.
They freaking cook. Strix Gaming, Hardpoint Hacienda, that's 108 in the bag.
No words. This is crazy work. This has to be one of the most emotional toggles for any Call of Duty Mobile fan. It was just so back and forth. You saw STX start things off well. Then we saw Nonagon start to get the game in their favor. The momentum was all theirs, and we thought surely it was going to be theirs. And then STX, they needed just one moment of brilliance. Corrupt started it for them. Kamini was there as well. The Tempest, absolute banger, and they just found a way to turn the game back on its head and make it theirs. I mean, extend the full 60. They got 2 back-to-back full 60s. We saw Nonagon not even able to contest the hill. Whatever they got in, they absolutely got sent back to spawns, and it was just an absolute massacre for STX. Getting the hotel in their favor. I mean, best of 5, and this is a statement they've made. This tells you why they have more votes on the ball. You know, it's finally confirms your theory, and it means Black might not be the king of bad things if he does get this one. Damn.
Personally, man, you can tell when something definitely did change when the poll inclinations went towards Strix Gaming, because it started with Nonagon having more of the votes, and then it went to Strix Gaming, and I was like, okay, it looks like the people in the chat actually have seen something, and Nonagon actually said, hey, you know what, we may not have the votes, but we do have the predictions, we're gonna show up anyway. The mid-game they took for Strix Gaming, they changed the statement of, it's not about how you start, but how you finish. But Strix Gaming says, you know what, Black? It's about how we start, and it's about how we finish. Because they started well, they had the lead, they lost it along the game, and now towards the end of the game, they made a freaking comeback from a near 100 lead. So it's about how they start, and it's about how they finish. Because look at the stats, man. Corrupt, Toji, these guys were ridiculous.
And the number tell you a story there that not a lot of mouths can tell. 55 and 52 at piece with Doji and Corrupt. Those 2 players with everything in their power to make sure the game would still be theirs. The hardpoint time was sort of 2-minute mark, and not a lot of time you get to see that in comps, but Toji able to get above it, 2-minute mark and counting 207. I mean, you can't even fault XN9. You know, they fought back. It wasn't like they got destroyed or anything. You know, it was a close game. It was a back and forth, but they somehow were the ones who choked. We thought it was going to be, STX started well and they did not finish well, but the story was the reverse actually. It was X9 they did start well, they picked up momentum at some point in the game, they made it look like it was going to be theirs, and then they let STX back in the driver's seat. Yuki on 57 kills, that is going to be the highest in the entire lobby, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough to do the job for their side. But look at that, literally everybody above the 1-minute mark. Chef, the only player not there, but 58 on the clock as well. Ridiculous close, but it's just not going to be enough to give them the hard-point Hacienda. But I mean, this is a best of 5. It's the upper brackets here, semi-finals as I would call it, but it is not over till it's over. It's a best of 5, and don't forget, first to get 3 maps takes the entire thing home. Firing Range S&D is where we make our way to next. And if you're STX, you're quite fired up. You've got the first map on lock-in. It's totally yours. Can you now double down, make it 2-0, or are we going to have to go to a map 4 and potentially maybe a map 5?
Well, if you're Strix Gaming, you only need 2 maps now. That's where you stand. But then the potential map 5, because technically in my prediction I did say 32, 2 in favor of X and 9 and 3 in favor of Strix. So definitely I was looking at a 5 map potential. And S&D on firing range. You gotta say, this is a sniper's den, because man, you do have fragile obstacles where you can shoot through, and also good positioning, man. You gotta tell me, because Jesus, the snipers, I cannot even begin to imagine the wall bangs that will come through in this map. But then look at the map, and speaking of maps, it's Arsenal takedown for Hardpoint and combined takedown, which we just saw, and then Meltdown S&D takedown for Strix, and Slums, where Jared lives, takedown for XN9.
Yeah, further down the line, Crossroad and Raid being put down. I think I can understand Raid Control being banned. It's really too popular. And I think it's always a 50-50 bet. You don't ever want to go and fall into that Raid curse category. But for Crossroad, however, I think it's one of the maps that I love to cast and I love to watch. So it really hurts me to not see Crossroad strike. But yeah, it is what it is. These guys don't like how. I'm not surprised about that one. Except now 4G, one of the most banging S&E players you want to watch out for in this particular matchup, especially for the fact that he's a nasty sniper. He's one sniper that's going to be putting bullets through you and in you if you're not careful. You want, especially on the map like Fighting Range, there's so many wall bangs, so many good angles, and now they've already kickstarted things off. STX and XZ9, it's all down to this. If you're STX, you have the maps lead 1-0 on the best of 5, and now we're going to K-Money aggression, finds the very first kill, first blood gets drawn, and now they're going to open things over the massive statement there. Grim's not able to get 1 in 10 exchange there. It's going to be the boys simply now finding value as well. Look at the kill feed going berserk, and that happened all too fast.
Get ready for the next round.
I wanted to ask a question. Was that hard point? Because what?
Yeah, it'd be like so. Probably, yeah, maybe.
Because what? I didn't even get a chance to talk. I didn't even talk in that round. That's crazy. Honestly, these guys, they gotta chill. But then the nade's gonna be thrown. That's Mandem now throwing his. They go straight for the round 2. Round 1, Nonagon took that one. And now the bomb planted on the side. They go for another shootout. It's PKM on Great Joy. And now the wall bank trying to come through. Came on the 4 spots. Devilman gets the kill. The rampage and continues. But Corrupt says, this time I'm gonna put the dog on a leash. And they put the one down. Now they do have numbers though. That's 3v4 in favor of Nonagon. Told you force. Make that 3v4 in that situation here. PKM, Great Joy. Gotta check your corners. That will matter. Great Joy falls to an SKS shot and check your corners. Like I said, Corrupt takes out Yuki, and 2v2 is where we stand.
2 APs for both sides, but at the moment though, if you're STX, the first round very demeaning for your side. 4G gets put down, that's vital. Chef now, the last man, he's got a sniper in hand as well. Up against Mandeman Corrupt here, he can make it work. It's a player prone and waiting. If you make that move to the mid-map, you're going to get put down for sure. Oh, no, my God, I take it back. He finds a kill, but Mandem finds him for a trade. That was way too fast again. I mean, it's like they kind of start the round a little slow, and then once the kills start pouring in, they don't stop to pour in. Once it starts to rain, it never stops. But again, 1 apiece now. Both sides are back on par, and it's down to round 3.
Fun fact here, guys. Oh my goodness, let me talk. Oh my goodness, guys, man. They start to fight immediately, and came when it takes our chef. Corrupt falls, Yuki falls. This is hard points, guys, not S&D, because fun fact, they have not even gone for a single bomb plant or a bomb defuse. They are going full TDM. K-Money falls. The Devilman as he picks up a double, and now it's a 2v1. 1 member left, and now SKS. That's Sai, last man standing for Strix, and of course, can he equalize or take back the rounds? Come on, he's looking out. He's gonna be careful though, because the wall banks can't come through. Maybe pick up the bomb, but the problem is the bomb is something they have not been prioritizing so far. They have been prioritizing TEMs, takeouts, but then Sai coming close, moving through. He's moving gently. Hopefully, he doesn't make a noise. I mean, hopefully, then it goes. Then he sees them put down. He sees the mighty headshots come through. SKS. That's the weapon. Luminary. He sees another. That's a double. And maybe a triple. It's only 1 member left. Come on, he sees the mo. Devilman beats him to it. And the round taken by XN9 as he gets straight to round 4.
When you think about the name Zai, Wolves comes to mind, Wolves Zai. In Africa, we do have STX Zai as well, Brisky. Don't forget that. Write the name down, mark it in paper and pen, whatever you have. So far, 4G on the 0 kill mark. I mean, the production curse, I think that's the thing we have to account for now. If production push your name up on the starting screen on the map bureau, you might just get a curse. 4G on the 0 kill mark alongside Doji. Not the best start of the game for those 2 players, but in the meantime, Chef gets put down. Yuki finds the kill. Doji puts him down as well. So numbers are once again 3v2, 2v3. Nonagon are not going to have it in lockdown, but again, they do have the round advantage. And looks like it's a take 1 round, and now take 1 round game they are playing at the moment. But 4G might finally get his first kill. Yes, he does. Perfect timing there. And now he's left to clutch a 2v2. The bomb has not been planted.
Bomb has been planted.
He just got there. He just got planted here, man. Strix gave me finally for remembering that this is an S&D and not a hard point. And of course, like he did say, man, take one round, I take his. But this time, going by that logic, Strix Gaming should take this one because they have the objective already locked in and only 25 seconds left. So Nonagon, you're gonna get that defuse in, man. But then look at the position there. 4G trying for that wall bang without SKS. We're not finding it through anyways. Great joy. Come on, you gotta check your corners. Gotta be careful out there. And now rotation will matter. 4G sees the ball. Oh, that's one in the SKS. And now they go forward, they hide it through. They see the man slide outside. He's the SKS a double. The man does not flinch, gets the kill because it matters. Secures the win for Strix. And like how they say, take one round, I take one as well.
Yep, the logic definitely applies. Slow it down there. Take one, I take one. Now, well, if you're not got it's your turn. It's my turn. I like me do my thing. That's the one thing they're gonna be probably in their voice and comms right now. But Kane, when he doesn't really answer that, gets first blood. Yuki gets put down. So at the moment, if you're inside of STX, I don't think you're willing to let them get their own turn out here. It's not a gun. They now have the numbers disadvantage. They have to make something work out of nothing. Bomber, when you did get planted at the east side once again, really fast planned, prioritizing objectives. I do see that man then finding a kill, Trade puts him down. Devil Man, the one player you can't put on a leash. The 8th kill mark in hand for him, the highest in the entire lobby, but they can make something work. 4G now trying to get that flank onto Trailer. He might get lucky. Pistol fails him. 4G falls. Side fights one more. Devil Man gets put down. The last player, Greyjoy, falls. It's like that STX are going to claim 2 back-to-back rounds for the first time on fighting range, Satch and Destroy.
Unbelievable, man. Somebody got to watch out for Zai, man. That guy is something else, honestly. Highest kills in the whole lobby. He's been 7 kills. Actually, not him. It's Devil Man on the other side. So, gonna say highest kills on his team. 7 kills, and on the other side, 8 for Devil Man, of course. Who else? The Wall Bank tryouts, and now came on the falls. Devil Man gets the double and says, Sai, you don't come close. That's 10 kill mark for the man. Corrupt puts Devil Man down. Finally, the shutdown needed. And now another takedown. Corrupt falls. That's Yuki saying, you take it out, man, we'll take you out as well. Yuki taken out by Toji. And now to 3v2. Noppa's not tied up. Noppa's tied up. They just had to make me rephrase my statements immediately. That's Mandem for the kill. Ramset Bows 27. It's 2v2. They've got the numbers tied here, Carl.
Numbers on port. Chef and Great Joy. Look at that map. There's one player all the way towards jungle, I think. That's going to be Chef, yes, going towards jungle. Wow, Great Joy as well. Toji in a very tight spot there. He's actually surrounded in the mins, but he can make something work out of nothing. He's got a sniper in hand. There's a player behind him. Oh, unfortunately, not the time. Chef puts it down. And once again, we're back on par. Nobody's letting this, go too far away. I mean, the hard point was very much more back and forth as well. But we saw almost a 100-point gap. We saw crazy gaps here and there. But in the S&D, they're both like, you know what? We're gonna keep things as close as we possibly can, just to make sure nobody gets their mental takeaway when they think they're on top and leading it. But in the meantime, round 7 opens up. If you're STX, you had the lead for. I mean, you got 2 back-to-back rounds. You're the first to get 2 back-to-back rounds. So the mental game should probably be in your favor. But again, I think it's Chef now with the first kill. Doji's gonna get put down. And finally, there's nobody with donut shops. Everybody has a kill in the entire lobby. Win.
Yeah, I mean, it involved me kind of type mentality here. And now Corrupt and Mandem, they push together. That might be a bad spot for Devil Man as he falls. And now 4v4. The Corrupt is very low. He's able to heal up. Good thing. They're going to need that man in line up there. But Great Joy is still persisting in that. Whoa, oh my goodness. That was nasty. Mandem. The Nates find one. And 44s as well. That can't be good. It's only 2 players left for X and 9. Zai and Kim when he take it down. Chef and Yuki. Chef's cooking all right. That's for sure. And 2v2 is where we stand. They got the numbers tied up. Mandem crouched around that area. He's holding. Someone might run into one. You might see one there. The bomb already planted. It's 30 seconds. Chef walking through. Mandem scratched around that position. It might be Corrupt finds Yuki and Chef walking on the other side. Chef is looking for through the scope. He's not able to find a value just yet. Mandem on the other side. Check your corners. Check your corners. This is Mandem. The one-tap bomb comes through. Chef on the other side. One member left. It's Corrupt. It's Corrupt on the other side. They see him, but Corrupt beats him to it, and they lose that round. Oh my goodness. STX, impressive play there, man.
Catch and destroy, that's how it's done. If you're not gonna however, again, you're on the back foot, not somewhere you like to be. Nobody likes to be there.
Smoke out.
If you're STX, you're on the best spot now. Might as well banking it. Round 8 open, Darby, they go trailer push. Look at the aggressiveness. Yuki gets put down, punishment. You get aggressive, you learn why to not be aggressive. At times in life, you have to be calm and collected, but Yuki wasn't, and he got punished there. It's down to a 4v5 now. STX, once again, they're going to have numbers locked in. They have the round advantage, 3 and 4 on the round count. And if you're X89, you can't afford to let them get any further ahead. And look at Chef with the sniper, Jesus Christ. He says, give me a single pixel and I'll put you down. Chef finds a kill. Karam gets put down, but the plant already happened. Did go through. STX now have the advantage there. Mandem gets put down. 4G with a double wall bang. My freaking god. One headshot, a freaking collateral kill. And that's it. It's all down to one man. He's no longer alive. He's also dead. Devil man. Oh, 3 defused. And we're back on par. What am I watching? This is
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Devilman is on, but right now, whatever he's on, he needs to keep that up, honestly, because XM9 needs that. Haven't lost the hard points, and you know, the S&D looking like this, man, they're gonna need all the aggression they can get, especially in a game like the S&D where things can get released and you only get 1 lives. Gotta be careful as well though, because aggression sometimes might not be the answer. And nades thrown out here. They do play this one very calmly, you know, indifferent. Oh, Devilman gets taken out first. That's a wise call from STX. Man has been a pivotal part of their lineup when it comes to securing those kills for X and 9, but now they don't have him this early. It's round 9. You're getting to TEF. You poke out a sniper, you get taken down, and don't just learn that lesson for sure. Corrupt's taken down as well. That's 4v3. Numbers are not tied. We do have numbers more on the side of XN9 as we go straight and more. Unplanted here. XN9 getting the objective in. No more aggression. Devilman's down, so you gotta play objective here, man.
Yeah, 9. This is on 9. It's the numbers that Chef puts 1 more down to the wall bang. Think about fighting range. Oh man, oh my god, Yuki gets put down there. Think about fighting range is literally made of paper mache. It's literally wood all the way through. So it's highly wall bangable. Came when he finds a player there, doesn't get the kill. SX9 comes to the play. Oh, the slide fills him. Great joy. Finds it first. Now, Mandem, the last man standing. Mind you, came when he has played for the XN9 roster as well. He's played with these players, so this is a little personal for him playing against old family. But in the meantime, XN9 are going to get that lead locked in, 5 and 4. And if you're the side of STX, you've had the lead for about 2 back-to-back rounds, and now you finally let it go. Now XN9 are going to get their hands on that lead. There we go, man. 5-4.
5-4, man. 5-4. And the rounds, of course, attacking 9, and of course, less than 1 minute into the game. It's Toji who forced first this time. XN9 withdraw the first blood. It was the opposite in the last round there, round 8. But now we do get into round 9, round 10 rather. And of course, they played safe and calm, collected as well. If you're XN9, you want to preserve your numbers this time because you have numbers advantage. But then be careful. Mandem pokes out. Mandem! You don't poke the bull! Devilman takes out 1, and that's the first and the second blood drawn for XN9. They pick them up gradually, slowly but steadily. And now inside that trailer, it's Sai. He's got their SKS in hand, his trusted weapon. That weapon has gotten him more than 5 kills, but now it's the HSO for the double. And great joy Yuki as collateral, but TEF puts Corrupt down. Now 3v2 is where we stand.
I mean, this is just one of those days where if you're an STX fan, STX player, you don't have numbers to work with. You're in a wall bangable map that is literally annoying to play in. And again, but I mean, you're not planting, so you have a little bit of free roam around the map. Hopefully, came really exercising that perfectly now, trying to get a flank. But just let him a 1. Devilman looking for a read. He might get it, and he does get it. Come on, man. You can't pull that out on the leash, and he just showed you why. Sai, the last man now for their side in the 1v3. SKS, marksman rifle, now out to play. The bomb about to get planted by 4G there. He's behind the bomb. But Devilman now for a flank. Side behind you. Wallahi, give your back. Devilman. 6-4, man. And here we go. Round 11.
Honestly, X and I played that one pretty well. They played it calmly. They played it tactically. They also did pickoffs. And XTX just couldn't react in time. First blood draw, second blood drawn, and he just went downhill from there. And they couldn't keep up. But then round 11 is where we're going. So don't being taken out first. And now Yuki almost being the collateral in that outcome there, but he's able to survive. Devilman take it out and possible drawn on both sides, 4v4. So we stand. That's a great start for Strix. Usually when Devilman is taken out early, that's a good sign for Strix because they know they now have gun advantage when it comes to those gunfights. At least to a degree, that's for sure. Now 4G camped around that sack. He's waiting for who's gonna poke or who's gonna pop, but he's gonna be careful though. He's gonna watch his back and watch his corners as well. Corrupt on the other side. He sees the man there poking out there. That is the wrong move. 4G learns his lesson. We'll be back in the next round. Round 11. That will be round 12 rather. Zai with our SKS 3v4. Strix have the numbers advantage here, man.
Yep, 3 versus 4. Not going to have to make something work once again. They have the lead locked in by 2 rounds. That's important now for their side. Yuki on the 6 kill mark. That's in for Chef. Score. It's been an amazing sniper the entire game. Corrupted on 12 as well. I mean, one player you would have got to put your eyes on. Zai with the maximum rifle. 14 for Devilman. There's so many high number kills. And we are just in round 11. Now they got into the K-Money finding it. Oh, I took it back. K-Money gets put down. Chef finding the kill. Yuki finding one as well. And it's all down to Mandem. Pretty boy and STX up and Corrupt now. Left to get that clutch. Now, shots going. Corrupt able to get one value. Might get a double. The push doesn't happen. He's in a very bad spot. He knows that. But they know. Mandem could come for help. Chef sniper, wrong timing. My God, that was so close. I think he sees him. I don't think he does. This is. Oh, he didn't see him. Nobody saw each other. How?
Yeah, I was so confused because I saw them, but then I'm also seeing from the spectator viewpoint, so you can't exactly compare. And Chef and Yuki, they rendezvous. They stick together. The bomb's already planted, so they might just wait that out, or they might go for TDM. And let's see how they play this. That's the thing. But then knowing XN9 and their aggressive tendencies, they're most likely going to go for the gunfights rather than waiting it out here. For Strix Gaming, they might make that move. That's Chef with the scope. But not able to find the body there. Takes some shots. He's able to heal back up. Chef and Yuki as well. They're still sticking together. Man, they're with the PKM going for wall bank. They're able to go out of there. No, Yuki! The HSO Corrupt puts them in their place in the next round and says, we've got that defuse in check. You played aggressive and we're going to make you pay for it as they take that round. Round 11 in the back for Strix as we get into round 12.
Yeah. Here we go, brother. Here we go. 6 and 5, round 11 done. Round 12 opens up. If you're STX, once again, I mean, this is so close. It's too close to call. You can't give the game to either party up until the very end. And I think that's what we all want to see. If you're a Call of Duty Mobile fan, the one thing you want to see is a very close game. And that's exactly what we're getting. XN9 on the 7 kill mark is going to be Yuki. He's been really quiet the entire time, but we know if that man eventually gets value, he's going to be very dangerous. Devilman finds first blood, Trade puts him down, Everly aggressive, Everly gets punished, and that's very important now. If you're SCX, you have to make that happen over and over again. Now down to a 4v4, SKS for Zion, the 10 kill mark. If you're Nonagon, you have the responsibility of planting that bomb. If you're STX, you have to make sure they don't plant it, and if they do plant it, you have to go and defuse it. And that's exactly what both sides are doing now. That's a Chef now all the way from back to them to the 14 kill mark. And the sniper in hand to work with. No value being found yet, but he might get a rotational read. We see a couple players and trying to make their way towards the B side, but now the bomb does get planted at A, so they have to give everything they have now towards the A side. And Chef, Jesus, how? He wasn't even looking at the man. He puts him down. Great joy finds one more. It's down to a 4v2. The bomb already planted. K-Money goes in, finding the value there. Doji finds one. K-Money falls. It's down to a 2v1. Making it a 2v0. As Nonagon are going to lock this even further down. 7-5 on the scoreboard. And right now, if you're STX, what's happening?
Honestly, man, that is the way to put it, more because I think that I can kind of establish something here between both these teams. The moment Devilman falls, there's a good chance that STX react to, okay, I gotta stop what I'm saying now and focus on the TDM. They're trying to wall bag each other, but then he's just, he's going for a save, but he's trying to wall bag him on the other side, but he can't seem to get lucky. Chef, multiple tries, but don't worry, you get him next time. It's Toji and Yuki who falls. The snipe current comes through and 4G with that SKS. Now the bomb not even planted. They don't even care about the bomb right now. It's only Devilman taking out one. It's only 2 players left, 4v2, and XN9 are already looking good. And they plant the bomb, and no, they don't plant the bomb. But if I didn't plant the bomb, I planted the bomb or not, the kills come through. Corrupt finds Jeff. Corrupt finds a double. Somebody stop this man, as that's gonna be 2v1. And Nonagon somehow loses the numbers advantage instantly.
I mean, you just so corrupt there, just kept baiting them and they kept dying to him. I can't explain that to anybody. How do I explain that? But I mean, well, it does make sense now. 4G, the last man standing here, he's going to rotate all the way back to B. He's got the bomb in hand, about to put it down, plant the bomb. That's what SCD attackers do, you plant it. The bomb now gets put down. If you're STX, you're going to get the info now. You have to circle back towards B. That's exactly what they're doing. But 4G is trying to get a flank on them. I think this could work, but he's got to be perfect with the timing there. I don't think they have any idea whatsoever where he is now, because they're coming from jungle, and he's all the way over here, and he might get them off guard. Both players making that circle in. Time on the clock, 20 and counting down very fast. Whatever they're going to do, they have to do it perfectly well. SKS now sees one, but now they know where you are. Bad timing maybe. Can he still play time? There's 2 players. It doesn't work. Oh my freaking God. Are they body shooting? I swear, I just saw... Oh, God, shoot the body now. Complete it.
Lost that round. It's not over yet. Ready up.
I guess they chose peace over violence in that instance there, man. But honestly, STX hanging in there. And but then we cannot do this forever. Target point is 9, and there's only 2 rounds left for Nonagon and 3 for Strix. Who's gonna get there first? I don't think there's an overtime, or is there an overtime production? Please update me. And the smokes and the nades. Devilman fights Corrupt first. That's a great takeout. And a very vital one. That's a double for K-Money. It's a triple for K-Money. Oh my goodness. K-Money shot down by Greyjoy. Valid 2v2. And that's where we stand.
Numbers are back in par once again. Devilman, Greyjoy. 17 kill mark for the man that scored the devil. I think I lied with that name there. 17. So G and 4. Making that move from bathrooms now. Surely but slowly in. The bomb is getting planted. He sees the man planted. Puts him down. Vital. But the bomb didn't get put down already though. So now down to a 1v2. If you're Greyjoy, a flank on the flankers. But Doji knows. Doji freaking knows. Perfection is the word. Perfect defense on that bomb. Defusing it. Now it's theirs. STX are going to tie things up. 7 APs.
Ready up.
Wow.
Unbelievable, man. Honestly, the literal back and forth between these teams is wild. How they keep having at each other's throats and somehow still keep finding their way back despite whatever gap they have. It's just honestly impressive. But still, you gotta play that one well. You gotta consider that these teams already understand how they play by now. Hardpoint lost by XN9 and S&D. They don't want to lose this one so far, but they can't fight to come through the wall banks as well. Yeah, let's see how that goes, man.
Find out what happened, but I'm so excited now to cast this game. Toji just delivered an absolute banger no doubt. But man, they're reloading. Wrong timing there, unfortunately. Toji finding a kill. Toji, Mapami now. Toji finds a double there. Puts 2 players down. Sniper perfection is the word. And it looks like STX are about to get their hands on that. K when he puts down Devilman. Chef gets put down. K freaking money. Cashing out from the bank. 7-8 on the board. They've got match point. They've got everything point right now. Nonagon, they had the lead by heavy. 7-5 and now it's 7-8. 3 back-to-back rounds. And STX look like it might just be theirs.
Bomb acquired.
It just might be theirs, man. So far, you're gonna be honest with yourself here. This is a gaming from both these teams. Whoever the winner, whoever the loser, both these teams put in the effort because we are so close to the target point now. This might just be the final round if XTX have this one in the bag. But XN9 show have put on a show. 20 kill mark for Corrupt. See that slide? Single wall bang. That might have worked. But Jeff, not able to find it. Double tries, but still, one day you'll get it, bro. One day you'll get it.
That's odd. One day you get it as well, man. 7-8, 7-8, and I mean, right now, they looking very slow. They don't want to give SCX any comfort whatsoever. Corruptor's there. Hold the hit marker. Jesus Christ, confirms the kill. Shotgun still in hand. Greyjoy gets put down. You do not push Corruptor, I swear to God. 22 kill mark. And he's absolutely obliterating everybody. 4G, I think he knows. Maxman rifle there. Corrupt sees him and now they dance. But the better dancer wins. Dodgy puts 4G down there as well for a response. And that was down to a 2v4. STX about to get the full-on comeback. Nonagon from 7-5, it's about to become 7-9. The choke of the century once again. They choked Hardpoint, they're about to choke S&D, they might be choke Nonagon.
Yeah, well, you are renaming them in this instance, but don't forget you did predict in their favor. So, well, I guess you might want to retake the name here. But speaking of Devilman, in this case, it's close to UK, they rendezvous and they meet up, the bomb not planted, they go for the fight to the PKM. Warbang comes through, man them. Maybe, just maybe, one more. Devilman, the boo himself. Can he 1v4 this? He goes for the smoke side. The man want to push the man there. He goes for the spare side. He knows the smoke has given up the location. Devilman, the ball moves through. And that's one down. Maybe a double, but no. Toji says we know what you are. And Strix makes Nonagon choke. S&D in the bag. One more map. You know how it goes, man. You know how it goes.
This is when I really want to play that song. He knows. He knows. He knows, you know. I mean, you know he knows, bro. That song. It's a Kanye, I think Kanye West song, bro. This is just my freaking god. STX now, 2 back-to-back comebacks on the map for them. This is how to make a statement in the Gulag Series. They're going off against their fellow Nigerian brothers, but there's no brotherhood here, man. This is they want war. They have declared war, and so far they are winning the war. So if you're XN9, I don't even know what to say. I mean, don't forget, this team were in the first ever APS Season 1. They could not make it back to Season 2, of course, on the Gulag. And now Season 3, once again, they have another chance, another shot. But it looks like they're falling down to the lower bracket. But again, don't write them out yet. It's a best of 5. Best to get 3 maps wins the entire thing. Week 1 of the Challenger Series, we saw that happen. Legacy and XN9. The scoreboard looked exactly like this. Nonagon had the lead, 2 back-to-back maps claimed. And then we saw Legacy claim the next 3 maps to make it a 3-2 reverse sweep. So if you're Nonagon, I mean, it did get done to you, Shao, but you could do it to somebody else now, you know? You never can write that off.
Yeah, you never can write that off, man. Now, looking over the stats here, Corrupt 22 kill mark, absolute beast in that lobby of his team. And man, on the other side, the only person that can actually match up to him and his team as well is Devilman, the bull himself, 18 kill mark. And 158 impacts, 176 for Corrupt, the South African player making a statement in a Nigerian derby. Well, this actually gives me a whole new meaning, man. This gives a whole new meaning to it.
I kind of forgot it was actually a South African. I forgot they were like, okay, everybody else is NG, guys. Zai is NG is also. Is Zai NG? You guys, what if Zai is the actual wolf Zai? You don't even know at this point, guys. But anyways, though, in the meantime, then, STX, they've just shown that they're just, I would say a tad bit better. You've seen the scoreline, it's been close. Nobody has had an easy run the entire first 2 maps, but at the same time, it's just been STX coming out on top every single time. I don't think lightning strikes twice, so I wouldn't really call it luck. I would just say they've mastered the art of coming back and making sure the Nonagon choke. And if you're XN9, you've choked 2 back-to-back maps. Stand of control now, the hybrid between Hardpoint and S&D. Maybe some would say S&D and TDM, but I mean, this is going to be a very hefty, especially on the map like Standoff. This is one of the most OG maps in Call of Duty Mobile. So, but these teams, they know the map like the back of their hands, and it's ultimately going to come to who wants to win it more. And at the moment, STX are looking like they want to win everything way more.
Yeah, who wants it more? The question asked and the question answered by Strix. Control standoff is where they will settle things out. And if you're ex-Nonagon or XN9 for short, you have to make it start here. You cannot drop a single map here. We see the map bans. Raid was taken down by XN9. Crossroads was taken down by Strix. And it leaves only one map in the competitive scene to go for standoff for control. As now we look towards the view, and man, like I always say, or like Carl always say, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, the calm before the storm it is, brother. This is it. You get to take the beauty of the map. This will get AC was down. I know they get AC for the house. I don't know because when you're at the house, guys, it's all bullets and nades and smokes. I don't know why do you need AC, guys? I don't understand. The house is burning. He's burning. Why is there AC in the house? It is. Oh my god, man. Priorities, guys. Priorities. When you start things off on the game like 30 v 30. As we open things up, and it's control. Nonagon are going to start things off on the attack, and if you're I think Nonagon are going to start things off on the defense, and SCX are going to start things off on the attack. Black, take us away, man.
Of course, with pleasure, man. The first blood already drawn by Great Joy. And when these guys, Devilman already running rampage, double kill picked up, and 28 to 24. They may be on the defense, but man, these guys are actually playing like they're on the attack because 28 to 22 is wild, and no single tick locked in or even attempted by Strix. XN9 are definitely locked in.
That's how you want to start, isn't it? Now you don't want to slow. You don't want to be slow, especially up against a team like SCX, who have won these 2 back-to-back maps. Now you want to make sure you start things off well. You make a statement on the map like standoff. You dominate them, because that's the only way they're gonna budge. So far, 25 v 14, double the lives. What's the apple now, Yuki? Relax. 4 back-to-back kills there, and they put in STX back in spawn. They can't even afford to leave their spawn. They're getting sent back to spawn as soon as they respawn over and over again. A full-on spawn trap, 24 v 8, 22 v 8 here. STX finally fighting back, but I think it's a little bit too late. The time on the clock, 21, and counting down very fast. And they've not been able to get their footstep on either flag.
It's crazy, honestly. They don't have a single tick on either flag. It's 90 to 6, and no more respawn zone soon. Actually, yeah, I called it. No more respawn for Strix. 4 players left, and man, this is just utter decimation from Nonagon for the first round of control on standoff. And if we're looking at rounds, I think we can pretty much say XN9 has the round 1 in the bag, because on the defense, they have actually made a statement. 4G closes up with a split play double, and that's round 1 control in favor of XN9.
Yeah, I'm just checking the poll right now in the chat. 9 votes, who wins control standoff? Luckily, I never vote. Look, I go vote Nonagon, sharp. Yep, I just voted Nonagon for the win, guys. Round 1 in the bag. And if you're STX at the moment, this is the worst possible start. You can make a control standoff. I take that back. Look at Corrupt double nade there to kickstart the round off on their side. 28 and 29 apiece now. Both sides are giving everything they have, and it's all going to come down to one of them. Yuki now with the Tempest. I mean, bringing the Tempest out in your own spawn, I don't know if that's the best call to make, but I mean, there's a reason I'm a cast another pro player, so I'm going to respect it. Yuki now able to get 1 value for that one. Equalizer as well being popped out in his own spawn, Devilman. Hopefully they find value. Yuki finds 2 now. He might be able to find 3. Mandem doesn't fall to him. Devilman takes out Zai. Can he find more? 24 v 24. I wouldn't say the operator skills gave me the maximum possible value, so I would still consider them my operator skills. No offense.
No offense indeed, and I do hope they didn't take that one. But then 23 to 19, it seems to it's almost like whoever's on the defense seems to have better gameplay, because Strix were on the attack in the last game, and well, we know how that went. And now they're on the defense, and Nonagon on the attack, and it's the reverse of the situation. Only Nonagon were more dominant at their own, but let's move past that. Devilman with the claw opens up, and that's Corrupt taking it out there. 19 to 14. The life cards are close, but not that close, because now Mandem takes out 40 with a nail. Corrupt falls. That's the vital kill. 18 to 12, 56 seconds and 18 seconds. Somebody's got to stand on that capture, because they've only got 15 seconds left. Make that 30 seconds count.
7 and 16 now. STX are going to have the numbers locked in. If you're going to on the back foot, no doubt. But I mean, it does matter. I was about to say it doesn't matter. They can actually come back, but I lied. Everybody's falling like flies. Only 2 more players on their side. Make that 1. It's all down to player number 3, the man of Yuki. There's the final one standing, finding a kill there. 11 kill mark. It's a 1v13. Trying to get the A flag capture, but he's going to get swarmed from both sides. He's going to get decimated. 1 apiece now. They're tied up once again. And I think this has been a very emotional toggle day for the fans, because like Nonagon get around. SCS get around. They did that on S&D. Now we're in control. We're seeing the exact same storyline. It's a 1-1, and we're going to round 3 for a tiebreaker. What are we doing?
Exactly, man. It's just the statement has been established, right? Both these teams are so close when it comes to the skill difference, when it comes to the gunfight, when it comes to the strat, when it comes to the outcome, when you want to predict it, that it's difficult to actually say this team is going to take it when it comes to a round of a mood, right? Hard points or whatever. Now, we get to see a situation where, yeah, we know that there's that difficulty when it comes to making a decision on either of these teams. But at the end of the day, someone has to come out better. And so far, Strix have been the ones in the hard points, in the SCD, in the control, and now XN9 are on the defense. And still, Strix are still having the life count advantage. So, I don't know, man. XN9, get a hang of it.
Yeah, this is just one of those. I don't know. This is the back and forth game, but it's what we are alive for. We want to see back and forth games. 16 out 21. Nonagon had such an amazing defense in round 1, but now they're defending once again in round 3. It's not the exact same storyline. SCX, they started the game so slow, so poorly. The round 1 ended at 14-0, and now round 2, totally different story. Round 3 as well, it's an 18v12 in favor of SCX, and they are controlling the map plays. They've got the flags about to be captured. B flag 2 ticks knocked in, A flag 1 tick knocked in. It's almost completely there. The reason Nonagon now, the question has to be asked. Why do we start so well and then we start to choke it? This might be, even though it's not a choke here, this can still be considered a choke. Because what are we doing, Nonagon?
Yeah, I think it's the high time to actually ask that question, honestly. Well, they are on the defense, and you know, speaking in context of the first game, they should be dominating because with that logic on who's the defense has the better play, they should be the ones dominating. But right now, they're about to enter no more respawn zone. To take locked in on their A flag, their B flag completely lost. Now they're in the respawn zone. 4 players left. Space Gaming might just close things up here. 11-3. Sai whips out that claw to try to end things here. And yeah, GG. Actually, that was in a brawl. And Strix Gaming 2-1. This might just be the final round, Carl.
Come, Nonagon. Unadioki. No, I'm not a Nonagon fan, but like, bro, I predicted something, guys. You know, you want to make me bad thing? What do you mean 3? Are we about to say a 3-0? SCX next time came out to give us a 3-0 here. I haven't said 3-2. I haven't given Nonagon 2 rounds. But right now, SCX is not looking like they want to let that happen. So far, round 4 loads in. SCX are going to have the lead locked in as well in the round out. And look at that kill going well. Corrupt. This guy, he's absolutely corrupt. He's absolutely insane. On a 13 kill mark, finding more value. Devilman equalizing now, finding the very first kill. Make that 2, might make that 3. He might even get 4. There's one more player ahead, but he doesn't commit to that one. He backs it down somehow. I don't think he saw the guy there. But 25v24, however, not going to have the man out by just 1, but they can make it work somehow, hopefully. Devilman with a 4 equalizer kill there. Finally finding good value for the operator's kills. And if you're STX now, just don't slow it down. What are we watching here?
That's the question I gotta ask, but then I would like to listen to the comps of Nonagon because, man, so far they are actually trying to hold their own in this what might be the final round. As we go straight for a listening, let's know what's going on with Nonagon's comps.
Ah, fuck! I still got me. He's in blue. Operator, no save that. No carry that operator. This on Delhi. Guy, this Delhi control. He's pushing our spawn from Delhi. He's in our spawn, chef. You're back.
Oh, you got me.
He's deep in our spawn now.
What? Which side? Oh, at the back, yeah.
I did their spawn with shots. When I did.
No, it's I come.
Ah, they don't catch him. Farm. Wait, now we the cap. Don't forget to.
Somebody Delhi. Dead.
Ah, but see their spawn. Deep our spawn. We close here for that matter.
We need to capture. We need cap. Annie got me.
Where's the Annie?
Ah, you got me. Bottom gun. Oh.
Wait, I didn't see. Hey, one person for me.
Annie. Oh my days.
Oh, one more. Oh, shit. Your left.
Lost the lead.
Wow.
Lost that round.
Wow, Carl. You know, it's the realization from the external gun players that, oh my days, that is the realization, man. You know, when it's over. 3-1 loss to Strix. 3 map loss to Strix. How bad can it get, man? How bad can it get? And this is exactly how bad it can get.
Yeah, that's a question that I don't think Nonagon would want to ask. They now know how bad it can get. And obviously, it's not good at all. It's really bad. It's terribly bad here. 3 back-to-back maps put down to STX. We talked about this with the Nigerian derby. The only 2 Nigerian teams are in the Gulag Series, and somehow they're not even close. On paper, I did argue the fact that on paper, Nonagon do seem to be the better side. They're the more experienced team, however. They've played a lot more T1 comps. They've played against teams like S7 and Eclipse and actually beaten these teams in the past. So seeing them fall off so poorly and losing a 3-0 best-of-5 series to STX, I mean, this says two things. Either Nonagon have fallen apart completely, or STX have improved exponentially better than they were last season. But ultimately, you can't deny the fact this was just not the Nonagon that we used to know. STX clearly wanted it a lot more, and the stats are telling you that exact same story.
Exactly, man. The stats tell us what we need to know. Honestly, the last listening we had, you could tell that, a player said, with a capo. And that's to tell you that they have to remember that control is not just a TDM round. If you're capturing, you also have to remember that you can also win by taking and capturing the A and B flags. You cannot just win alone by TDM. And that's one thing we know about XN9. They are a very aggressive team that tends to go TDM sometimes. And I love the fact that a player had to point that out to remind them that they are in control and they can also win by objective, because the timer, don't forget, was also counting down. We saw a 10 seconds left that they had to call that out and say, hey, look, this is the realization we need. But then it was already too late. STX were deep in their spawn and a claw to boot. And that was just the beginning. Actually, that was the end, because now we are in the scoreboard 3-1. Control start of the people of Strix. And look at those stats: 27 kills for K Money and 24 for Mandem. W's, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now, and look, I don't even know what to make of it. It doesn't make that much sense, you guys. You see Nonagon, they actually did fight back. Yuki above the 25 kill mark, 23 for Devil Man as well. Everybody just doing their part, but unfortunately, it's just not good. Okay, let's not really talk about 4G right now. The stats on that man's name, I think he can do much better than that on a very good day, but unfortunately, this was just not a good day for the Nonagon roster. And STX, they've sinned, and they've absolutely walked through Nonagon on their way to the grand finals of the upper bracket. We don't really call it grand finals, but the upper bracket finals. And of course, whoever wins the upper bracket finals qualifies. They don't even need to play the grand finals. They automatically qualify for the APS Season 3. So STX are one game away from possibly qualifying for the APS Season 3. But in the meantime, this is not our last game for today. We have one more amazing game. And I would argue it might even be more of a banger than what we've seen here so far. We have UAHMT up against Mighty Aura. These are two teams. I mean, one of them champion of East Africa for the Call of Duty Mobile World Champs Africa, and one of them champion of West Africa. So East versus West. And this is going to be much of a banger, something we should all look forward to, Black.
Exactly, man. I can't wait, man. One of these teams were in the East African Carry First land. So that's something that we are definitely going to look forward to. Their performance was impressive as well. So I do hope they bring some of that spark to the Gulag Series of the African Championship circuit. And then, of course, on the other side, we will be seeing another team play up against them. They already know what they're up against. They've seen them play in the East African land, because when you have an opponent, you definitely want to do your homework around them and do your research to know what you're up against and what you're dealing with. And hopefully we get to see the 5 maps being played. I mean, nobody likes a 3-0, man. Nobody likes a 3-0. Everybody wants to see the full 5 maps. Everybody wants to see the competition. And yeah, regarding that, I remember, wait a minute, you predicted Nonagon to win. So the King of Bate's crown, I award you.
Yeah, I didn't just predict them to win. I didn't just predict them to win. I said 3-2, and they didn't even get a single map. You don't know how horrible that is. I said a 3-2 potentially, and they didn't even get a single freaking map. They couldn't find any value. That hurts. That breaks my heart on all levels possible. But yeah, it is what it is. For today, not for the entire day. For this game, I'm going to accept being the King of Bad takes the crown. It's going to be mine for now. But we all know it's going to be Black's crown once again very soon. But in the meantime, of course, before we go for the intermission, we have one more game today. And before we go there, I want to put you on the spot. Let's start the back coming right now. Mighty Aura up against UAHMT. There's a very long Name I would want to add to that, but I can't do that. Yeah, UAH empty, and they're on the board next up against Marty Horror. What are we laughing, Musky? What are we even laughing? But yeah, tell me. Okay, production says we can't take predictions right now. He doesn't like us, so we're gonna go for the break. And when we come back, it's gonna be our last game of the evening. So don't go anywhere. Leave a sub on the YouTube channel, and see you soon.
Don't you come back no more. What you say?
Oh, they get kicked out! Oh, they get kicked out! Holy, cross, find the double, we both find swag, and they're gonna have it locked down. But Nonagon are going to claim the very first map. 2-1. There you go. Legacy are winning every gunfight possible. They have the best spawn to as well. So if you're Mighty Aura, you don't have spawn, but now they get a perfect breakthrough. All 4 players fall. Make that all 5 players for a freaking respawn. Now the clock.
1 more point and Mighty Aura with the win.
Right, this could be it, surely. Can Nonagon still fight back? Can they still extend things? They get there first. They have it on lockdown. 233, but I jinxed it. Oh, Monarchs are right back in. And it's theirs. It is definitely theirs. Map 5, here we go.
Man, what am I saying, man? They might end things changing, God. They might just. That's 3 beats. Man, what the heck? The man clears our ASD. Send them back to respawn, and it's only 8 more points. Make that 6.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Be advised. Predator missile inbound. Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed. Enemy EMP systems incoming. Be careful. Hardpoint contested. Lost. Hardpoint contested. Capture the objective. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested.
Enemy down.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Predator missile inbound. Be advised.
Target down.
Hardpoint is ours. We got the bomb.
Boom. Headshot.
It's all up to you now. Finish the mission.
Down. Target down.
We have the bomb.
Tango down.
killer drone deployed. Friendly hunter killer drone deployed. Captured B.
Don't you come back no more. What you say?
Oh, they get kicked out! Oh, they get kicked out! Holy, Stars find the double, we both find swag, and they're gonna have it locked down. And Nonagon are going to claim the very first map. 2-2-1. Hello guys, welcome back to the Call of Duty Mobile Gulag Series brought to you by ASG Call of Duty Mobile. My name is Kyle, and I'm currently in Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. It's currently about 7:20 p.m. West African time, and I'm joined today by the prestigious Kijo. Yeah. Again, before she speaks, guys, I was dead to do an Eugene Abu Dhabi impression. That is what that was.
Spot on impression, by the way. But hi, guys. We're here with the Gulag Series. I'm unfortunately not in Nigeria. Very unfortunate. I'm in South Africa where it's currently 20 minutes past 8 in the night. It's past my bedtime. I'm old, but we're awake because the Gulag Series is finally back. And we're going to see who gets to make it through to Season 3. Season 3! How are we almost at the third season of the African Pro Series? We just started.
We grew into it. I'm so excited. You started season 1, season 2, and now we're about to go to season 3, which is going to be our second to last APS for the year 2026. I'm so excited and thrilled for when that's going to get announced. But before we get there, of course, we have to get 2 more teams to join the already waiting 6 in the African Pro Series, and we almost have one. SCX already in the upper bracket finals, and they might have already booked their slots if they can just go through one final hurdle. But of course, one of these teams is going to have to join them in that upper bracket final. Up against our Monarchs TEF. I can't say that, unfortunately. But then, of course, you got Mighty Aura as well, the champions of West Africa, after Culture Esports got a DQ in the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship for Africa. Yep, 2 amazing teams. And Kijo, I'm going to put you on the spot before I even get things started. Prediction time. I want to put you on the spot. Who do you think is going to come out on top? We both, because I know what you predicted as well for the Nonagon game. So we both had terrible predictions for that game. Somehow, Black Matter was closer to predictions than us. Like, there's no world where that should happen, but it is what it is. So once again, you on the spot. What do you think this game is going to look like? Don't forget, it's a best of 5. Who is going to be taking this one home?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit demotivated that I was so blatantly wrong for the last one. And it seems to me like whichever team I support, they're gonna lose. So this is not looking good here, Cal. Maybe I should support the team that I want to lose. Wow. Just, let's try a bit of reverse psychology here, right? So technically, I want UAH, etc., to win. But for the sake of the Kijo curse, I'm gonna say Mighty.
Okay, that is pretty bold. I think personally, if you're gonna go for up against our Monarchs TEF, I'm gonna have to go for Mighty Aura. But again, I think we did say these 2 teams, they both have, should I say, the weight in their own regions. They both know how to play Call of Duty Mobile perfectly well. It's proven in the Call of Duty Mobile qualifiers for Africa, where we saw East Africa claimed by UHMT, and we saw West Africa claimed by Mighty Aura. So I'm pretty sure these 2 teams, they have what it takes to go head-to-head, and ultimately, it's going to come down to who wants to win it more. We saw that SCX against Nonagon. SCX appeared to want it a lot more. Because telling me how Nonagon, who have played in the APS before, they were not able to get a single map. It makes no sense. But yeah, that's what happened. Not a single map claimed by them. And now STX are joy. I mean, that's gonna be something they are. If I'm STX, I'm gonna make a video of that. I will drag you on social media for the next 3 months, relentlessly, every single day of my life. I beat Nonagon 3-0. Right? It doesn't happen often. So if you're STX, milk that content. In the meantime, let's go to our beautiful maps and modes for our best of 5 semi-final game 2.
Well, we're definitely gonna hope the Africa Bands page has something to say about that. And Nonagon, your time isn't up. I think there is a lower bracket match tomorrow, so please. The last we saw X9 in the APS was season 1, so maybe this time it'll be the comeback that they deserve. Third time's the charm. But for now, Mighty Aura versus UAHMT. If I'm missing any alphabets from there, please let me know. We're gonna head straight into Summit for Hardpoint.
Things have kick-started here, Keo, and I'm glad I'm casting it with you. UHMT up against Mighty Aura, and one of these teams, of course, is going to be going and playing against STX for a slot in the APS Symphony. But in the meantime, they have to go through each other first, and Mighty Aura are going to kick-start things off pretty well. They get the first 9 points of the Hardpoint P1 on... This is Summit, guys. I always forgot to be over the map, but that's my life. But of course, amazing players we see on the roster. Badman and C from the Gavina region joining our African brothers, and they are so far not able to start things off on a really good note as Mighty Aura are decimating them. But this is just P1 and 24 more on the clock before P2 opens up.
Well, it might just be P1, but Mighty Aura taking a 30-second lead to solidify that. They've got top control locked down. Swifty Pie swiftly killing the competition. Gets a quick 2-piece there before he moves into rotations for P2. Back onto P1 for those scraps to increase the lead that Mighty Aura have on UAH. Currently, we're fighting over onto P2 now before the clock starts. Raging coming through with the double to hopefully secure the point for his team. Trophy system down because protection is ever so important, and he still gets knocked. Mighty Aura are pushing into P2 right now, but Monarchs seems to take control of it.
This is important for them. Mighty started off so strong, and if you're up against those, you started staying slow, but you've got to eventually make things work in your favor. So they're going to get that P2 now. Nash is power on 50 by. He's also going to get put down. I take that back. Oh, the milli finding a value. S69 fans one more. The clock gets popped out now. 11 kill mark. Trying to make sure nobody in view can come anywhere near that hill. Only good for one elimination. Trey puts him down as well. The no comes in. Can bounce that clear out of the hill. Mighty Aura are still going to have it on lockdown. Up against Dow, just no finding the value they so badly need. In the meantime, however, it's scrap time play now, but you need to start going towards that next hill. Rotations are going to be key and important. And look at that mini map. Who's going to get there first? Somehow, Mighty Aura are also going to get there first. I thought Mikey was holding a spawn for them, but it doesn't really matter. Up against Dow, are going to get spawned out. And now, if you're Mighty, you've got the better spawn, you've got the lead, and this might just be your P3.
P3 indeed, and rotations spawns are so important. This is the money hill right here. Death Machine in play already claims a double in point where Mighty Aura have set up camp. Operators are out in full force. The War Machine trying to find some value there, only finds one in the hands of Denor. No Limit gets a double. Swifty Pie going for another 2-piece, but Michael stops him in his tracks as Monarchs are struggling to get into P3 right now, trying their luck with the core. Raging gets taken down once again by Swifty Pie, the name that's on everyone's mind. Michael trying his luck to push into spawn. Denor says nope, not today, as Mighty increase their OBJ time now on 80, reaching that 100 closer than Monarchs.
There's an AFK player, by the way. There's going to be all one. I'm not really sure who that is. That might be Twix, but I can't really say. But he's AFK. Okay, now he's back. I take it back. He's back. 5 kill mark, however. And if you're Mighty, you're almost at the 100-point mark. He's got the map on lockdown. But P4 is going to open up, and you're not going to get there first. But ultimately, it might not mean much if they can go and get that break. But now Steve with the Tempest going to look us towards that snow path. Might get a value. Death Machine also gets popped out. No value found for the Death Machine. Oh my God! No value found for the Tempest as well. Operator skills are going to be massacred. And up against Doe are going to get shut out. And Mighty Aura, they might not have gotten there first, but the hill is now theirs. I took it back, I overhyped it, and now UAH are back in the hill. It's now theirs. 40 and 100 points on both sides. But in the meantime, UAH are still fighting to get their name on that.
up against Hell indeed as they try to close in on that 50 but fall 2 seconds short as they relinquish the points to Mighty Aura and take it back oh so swiftly, pun intended. Shotgun making its way through the map. Kazi there on a killing spree takes out 0-1. Claw in action here. Swifty gets taken out by Raging as he breaks into the point to claim it in Monarch's favor. Michael seems to be holding down spawns. Last few seconds of scrap time before we rotate all the way back to P1. Do this all over again in the scoreboard right now. 104 for 66 as we head back over to P1.
Oh, Mighty Aura, I mean, it's a good start, but now the leading started to close up if you look at that properly well. 66 and 107, 40 point gap thereabouts. So if you're Mighty Aura, you can't afford to let up against or get comfortable because I do know these guys, they do know how to pull off combat, so you can't afford to let that happen. But now P1 opens up. Who's going to get their first answer? It's going to be the boys of Mighty Aura once again, the #1 team in West Africa as they have the lockdown. The hill time is theirs. 120 point mark, double the scoreline now in their favor. And if you're UAH, you have to fight back somehow. You're not getting the gunfight won. You're not able to get to the hill first score. You're getting put down. But now bad Raging, they kind of changed that. Kersey comes through for a trade there. One nade finding one kill. Riz gets put down. Steve able to get the kill. And finally, up against are going to get that break. But it's going to be a mere play for Scraps. Eventually, they need to start making their way towards that next hill. It's going to lead all the way back to P2. And who's going to get there first? But in the meantime, up against now in the back foot. And you just wonder, what do the comms sound like as we go in for this minute?
One corner, open. Big there.
Bibam dead. More Bibam. Bottom dead. They're coming green and bottom.
They're low.
Going
They're dead. One green, Bibam.
Two dead. They're sold up. That machine point. Bottom up. Two heal.
That mother.
One more point, one top. Careful green. One more point, bottom. Two pushing point now. Left.
They're dead.
Bottom, boys. One green. Bottom. Feed them on top. Bridge now, boys.
Yeah, one more bridge. One's next. Pushing next.
I'm playing for new boys. Come new boys. Come new. Come new boys. One deep already. Let's push out. Bye.
Okay.
The comms sounded very calm. I think you should tell me how they... What do you think about the comms?
Well, I love that they were prioritizing the rotations there. Moving... That wasn't very early. That was like the perfect time to rotate. Yet they still didn't manage to get spawns in time. Now they're struggling to push in. Mighty Aura have the point for now. Risk is risking everything. He's holding it down, anchoring with the switchblade in hand. So I think Monarchs needs to hype up their comms a bit more.
Yeah, they sounded like they were just talking to each other. No, this is the high stakes event. This is a literal pathway to the Gulag. With a team like this, they need to be playing in the EPS. This is the pathway to the EPS after we got the Gulag. I think that back. But of course, this is the high stakes. They need to be, energetic and hyper, trying to get that slot for the EPS 3. But they sound so calm. They sound like, calm. The calmest commentator on earth. I don't even shout, guys. I'm always calm. You guys know that. Of course, they sound like calm, so calm. But in the meantime, however, we need to go towards that next hill, all the way back to P4, and finally, UAH are going to get both the 100 point mark, but Mighty Aura are ridiculously close to crossing 200 on their side.
Well, there's almost a 100 point gap right now, and Monarchs have a lot of ground to make up. Mighty Aura gonna let them get away with it that easy though, because this would potentially be the last hill that Mighty Aura need. And now if you do the math correctly, unlike I did, they're gonna need the next hill as well. Monarchs claim the point for a millisecond. Mighty Aura pushing through, equalizes in the hand of Percy, coming through onto Snow, finds a triple while his teammates are busy playing OBJ in order to support him there. Monarch still trying to break into the point. Badman gets taken down by Swifty. Michael with his own 2 keys trying to get his teammates into the point. 110 reached for Monarch side, but Mighty Aura on 210, confirming that 100 point gap.
Oh my god, something I didn't think I would get to see. But you hate against Mighty Aura game. I mean, lie to you, I was pretty sure you were here to going to get the win, you know, seeing how tight, how well their Roadstar looks. But in the meantime, Mighty Aura, they are proving why number one in West Africa in the COD Mobile African qualifiers. And once again, look at that. Oh, Swifty Pie, Jesus, actual Christ! Finds a quadruple on the kill feed, puts 4 players down, and they're still going. Look at the kill feed, it's Denor, it's Risk. It's 15, it's all the players in Mighty Aura, and not a single UH player now. Michael comes to the big thing, finds the kill there, but he's gonna get more. He finds 2, but he puts down Raging. MT01 gets put down as well. 60 finds 1 more. Back to P1. Mighty gonna get there first. 230 by the mark. Only 20 more to go on the clock now from the side to end things off here on our best of 5 map 1 Hardpoint Summit. And if you're up against Dell, you've got to find a way to fight back. This is not looking likely. This is not looking like the team that I know them to be. Now the Claw invest. Good for about 2 there, just put down Swift. Actually, I take that back, he's still fighting more. The Claw finding value. P1 almost done. Up against our players cap time now. Eventually we need to cross P2. But rotations, I don't think are that important as it's a very open hill.
Well, the shotgun's in the hand of Kazi as he holds down those last few valuable seconds of scrap time to increase Mighty Aura's OBJ time. Well, do they even need any more OBJ time at this point? 9 more seconds for them to seal off this hard point. Denor coming in strong with his War Machine, trying to hold off top control here, which unfortunately that is almost exactly where UAH are pushing through from. They're trying to get into P2, not working for them as Risk pushes out of point with a Death Machine securing the win, 250 to 137. Oh my soul.
How do I explain to my kids that up against our Monarchs TEF Esports, how do I explain to them that they were not even able to get to that 150 point mark up against Mighty Aura? It low-key makes no sense. It low-key makes absolutely no sense, but it's exactly what just happened. 250, 137. What is scoreline for Mighty Aura?
Well, it looks I guess our predictions are about to unfortunately come true. So I'm all my flowers have been gasted, Jackal. Do not test me. We've got the scoreboard here in front of the screen for you, and I might need to clean my glasses because I not with my eye. I cannot believe what I'm looking at. On the side of UAHMT, we've got Michael at the top of the scoreboard, 42 kills in the bag. Still, he's the only positive KD on the entire side of UAH. 22 seconds in the point though, I'm a little disappointed with that, you know, OBJ time. But the rest of the players, 38 kills, 31, 32, 19 for 0-1. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, he was reconnecting. But damn, I expected so much more.
Yeah, I did. I think we all did. I think a lot of the people watching the stream right now are at a shock. If you're not at the shock right now, then you probably don't know these two teams. But if you know these two teams, and specifically the history around up against our Monarchs TEF in the last couple of weeks, then I'm pretty sure you would be absolutely flabbergasted as to what's happening right now. They are in a very bad spot with that scoreline, and they need to fix that if they want to go and find a chance to qualify for the APS Season 3. They have such an amazing roster. Michael, one of the all-time best players in Call of Duty Mobile Africa as a whole. And then, you know, you're talking about Batman and Steve, these Garena players coming in from a whole different region. You've got Raging as well. I don't really know who O1 is. Probably an GN change, maybe? Sorry? Oh! I just got info confirming that O1 is Seb. O1 is Seb. Chairman Chief Seb himself. The owner of Up Against Dow is actually playing for the team today. Okay, that's something that's something I didn't think I was gonna see, but yeah. So that explains the stats. O1.
Oh my god. I'm just not gonna say anything. Seb will come for my neck if I say anything bad. O1 is the best player from UAH. Yeah, you know, number 1 player. Yeah, he's carrying the scoreboard from the bottom. Well, I heard it here first.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. You know, the thing about good building is they need good foundations, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. A good foundation gives a good building so it doesn't collapse. So big shout out to you, O1. But in the meantime, Summit's done 250, 137. Fire Range S&D's where we're going to be making our way on to next. And in the meantime, if you're the side of Mighty Aura, you start things off on the best possible note. All you have got to do now is find a way to see things through, and hopefully don't falter along the line. You have to finish what you started. It's a best of 5. First to get 3 maps wins the entire thing. And I don't know, Kijo, do you think there's a world where we get another 3-0 today?
Well, I mean, I certainly would love to go to bed on time after an APS event, but a one-sided game, I'm really not looking forward to it, and especially on a map like Firing Range. I mean, I'm lucky surprised we get to see this map again tonight, but the heart wants what it wants. We're gonna settle our second map, S&D, on Firing Range, and the Productor's Curse is active. Denor will not be getting any kills for the first few rounds. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. But his stats alone, what an incredible sniper. If you watched him throughout the Challenger series, keep an eye out for him if I didn't curse it. Well, S&D has begun. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, this is also Mighty Aura's second time in the Gulag. The last season they were at the Gulag, and we all thought they were the number 1 team for the APS Season 2 qualifiers, but somehow they got bested there. I think it was by Strix and ASG. Nobody saw Mighty. They had a perfect run in the Gulag, the Festival Challenger Series. They had a perfect run. They were winning every game. And then when the Gulag came, we saw STX and ASG say, all right, it's our turn. You can rest now. But I mean, hopefully they can find a way to finally qualify for the APS. But here we go. Steven Batman starts an SLE off at a very strong note. They find the first 2 kills. Mighty Aura are going to lose values there. And of course, if you're up against Dal, you are positioned for a good round.
Starting things off strong, Swifty left the switchblade behind, picks up a shotgun, and it is doing him well. Gets his second kill there. 0-1 has dropped. We're already in a 2v3 situation. We've got UAH planting the bomb, and they have numbers advantage right now. 35 seconds left on the clock. Swifty taking the high ground, or the high road, if I'm not mistaken. We've got Raging holding down a very specific angle if he can get the kill here. But 2v3, the numbers seem to be in UAH favor. Can they hold off Mighty Aura for the next 16 seconds?
They have to denote that. Oh, Raging! Perfect kill there. The climb fills the man. Raging falls fine. Denor puts in Mikey with the final blow. Sniper perfection is the word. Tundra. That's a Locust. That's a Locust Electron, by the way. That's one of the snipers that you barely see a Locust in today's comps. Well, with the Electron skin, I could understand why he wants to flex that thin. But in the meantime, Mighty Aura are going to lose the first round. They have the lead on the series, but not in such a destroy so far. As your head Monarchs TEF are going to start things off on a perfect note. And here we go again. It's 1 and 14 on the clock. Batman able to get first blood. Of course, he gets put down. Not even finding out Steve there. And it's, oh my god, absolute slaughterhouse now. Denor and not even finding more value. It's down to a 4v2. And if you're your hit Monarchs, you've only got Michael and 0-1 to go and get them on for your side.
Well, 2v4, how the Tons have indeed tabled. Michael taking his beloved Electron all the way over to the other bomb site, now trying to back up his teammate. And UAH do not have the bomb in hand. So this is a very tricky situation to be in. Mighty Aura trying to guard every single angle, protecting that bomb with their life. They're on the defending side for our first 8 rounds, and Michael brings it down to a 2v3 here, takes out Denor. Absolutely valuable kill there, because that is the sniper that they should have been worried about. Swifty Pie down as well. Risk trying to equalize the numbers here. 1v2 still in favor of Mighty Aura, but if anyone can possibly do this, please don't curse it. It's Michael.
She might have just jinxed it, guys. Yep, Kijo has cast it. 1v2, no limit, risk it, Michael. Oh, Michael! Yeah, she did, guys. It wasn't me, guys. It was Kijo. And that's it. 1-1. We are tied up yet again. Nobody wants to settle it out. Nobody wants to let it go. It's the usual thing we see in S&D these days, especially on a map like Firing Range. As we not go for 1 AP. It's round 3 opens up, tiebreaker. And in the meantime, surprisingly, there's almost nobody on the donut shop apart from, that's going to be Kersey yet to get his first kill.
Well, Kersey, if you want to sponsor us with any donuts, we would love some food. No limit, another double, make that a triple with his SKS in hand. UAH already down to a 1v4. Only Kersey left to open up his donut shop on the corner. 0-1 carrying through strong with his name. Was on 1 kill. He doubled that, gave it to the next person. Swifty is out and Denor standing in his way with the sniper. Insane finish.
Thank you, lady players. I'm so happy about these guys. Have not seen that in a long time. No, that triple kiss there. That was astonishing for him. But now Mighty Aura, 2 back-to-back rounds. UAH started things off so well, and now they're starting to fall off. Hopefully they find a way to rise back up. Whatever falls rises. I think I know about that. 2-1 though, and if you're Mighty Aura, you're properly set now to get into your favor. Because he gets put down, Michael finds him first, and he's yet to get his first kill, Kijo.
He's probably having a bad day. Swifty not doing too well in the S&D either. He gets put down very early on into the round. Risk is out, No Limit is out for the side of Mighty Aura. Denor was last man standing as Sev puts him out of his misery there, equalizing the score. We're at 2-2. This is a complete opposite from what we saw in the hard point. The hard point was clearly in Mighty Aura's favor, but now UAH showing us that maybe they're better in S&D.
I saw changes to the chat saying UAH are the better S&D team, and I think I agree with him low-key there. Michael finds a double to kickstart things off on their side, and now 4v3 numbers are locked in for the time of up against Dow. I think I lied. Okay, back and forward. It's down to a 3v2. Cause he goes in, he's gonna get put down there. So Steve puts him down to a 2v2. Numbers are tied up now for both sides, and no limit able to start. My God, the back and forth goes crazy, and now it's all down to one final player. That's gonna be Raging How. Am I lying? It's just Raging, right?
Raging and
0-1. I wrote counted 0-1. I'm so sorry, bro. Counted him. It's down to 1v2, Kyo.
1v2 indeed, No Limit bringing it down to a 1v1, and now 0-1 can hopefully see him in his sights. Once he gets there, No Limit pushes him and gets the kill. There is absolutely no limit to what he can do. Goes in straight for the defuse. No body shooting, sadly. Cal must be very disappointed about that as Mighty Aura take the lead with the score 3-2.
Yeah, I'm always they've been so nice and respectful the entire day. That's why I miss PDX so much. Whenever I see PDX, I get happy because they are going to body shot everybody. Even while they lose, they're still going to body shot. So big shout out to that team. 3-2 at the moment, and if you're up against Dow, you're on the back foot so far. Not the best start to the season for you. On paper, you're meant to be dusting Mighty Aura. No offense to Mighty, but that's just a fact on paper. But right now, Mighty are making a statement. We saw the same thing with SCX and Nonagon, where SCX were on paper the weaker side. But my God, 3-0 says nothing about you being weaker. But here we go, Mighty Aura as well. Risk able to get the very first kill. First block drawn. Batman gets put down. Risk able to confirm that kill. Sniper did no more. My freaking God, a single pixel will do, and Michael gets put down by that single pixel. Regin takes out Kersey, and now we're down to a 4v3. 4v2?
Just as quickly drops down to a 3v3. UAH have the bomb in hand. They just need to decide where it is going to be planted. Right now, Mighty Aura are set on guarding one specific bomb site. So if UAH pick up on that, which I think they did, bomb has now been planted on the complete opposite side, and we see a crossbow in the hands of Swifty. Do my eyes deceive me? He is going to push in with a crossbow. Risk gonna try and back him up from a different angle, but Sev says no. Trying to push in for the next kill here as No Limit comes through. 2v3 now. Bomb is still on a 20 seconds left on the clock. Can this crossbow do what it is intended to do in his favor?
Enemy down.
I wouldn't lie to you, Kija. I would never understand why the players. Okay, see, big shout out to you by the way. My God, that was a nasty clutch. 1v2. Putting 2 players down, 1 in front, 1 behind. Doesn't really matter. He can't get sandwiched. But at the same time, going back to the crossbow, I don't understand why it's being picked up lately. I've seen that across multiple regions, and I'm like, what exactly are we witnessing? It used to be something really good back in the day, but then it's been nerfed 1,001 times, except it got a buff recently that I haven't really seen. notes in the patch notes, but then because I don't see why you drop the pistol, drop the melees, and you pick up a crossbow. But again, that's why I'm a caster, not a pro player. And here we go again. 50 points was Batros finding a double kill there. And numbers once again are going to sway heavily in favor. I take it back to a 3v2. And Mighty Aura might have numbers advantage, not for too long. Now they do 2v1. Raging lets to get that clutch.
Raging with 5 kills in his pockets already, up against No Limit, our SKS demon for this map, and Risk. 1v2, he does have the bomb in hand. Going for the plant, but No Limit is sneaking up on him. Let's see if he can get it down in time. He manages to secure it. Not going to push out though. I beg, please don't peek that. Push back. That is not the angle you want to be peeking, but he's currently sandwiched right now. Low on health. Risk is pushing in. He's risking everything. He ego challenged that so well. Goes in for the defuse. And Mighty Aura takes another round. Guys, sharing is caring.
Yeah, I think we did see an S&D like this much earlier today. That was Nonagon and STX, where it was a back and forth. Take one round and I'll take one round. Until finally we saw 7-5 and then 7-9. So if you're Mighty Aura, you don't want to be the inside of Nonagon. You want to make sure whatever round you're taking, they're leading you towards that win eventually. Sniper, then no! It was headed there because he finds the first kill. Raging falls, then no saves. I missed it once, I don't miss it twice. Puts my kill down, vital kill there. And once again, numbers are in the favor of Mighty Aura. It's down to a 4v3. But now there's going to be CF, 11 kill mark. Finally 1 kill. There's one more player to the right there. I think he knows, but he doesn't commit to that gunfight. Batman finding one more, not letting me fall. Steve picks up the sniper. What's up there, Nora? You're a sniper, but I can snipe better than you. That's a statement being made. And once again now, it's down to a 1v3 actually. It's all down to Swifty Pie. Crossbow in hand. I am not hyped.
The complete switch up. He is pushing ever so carefully. Doesn't manage to get the one single value that was in his crosshair. They didn't even have time to plant the bomb. And now look at that. Our scores are equalized once again. 4-4. And we're in round 9. Guys, if overtime was a thing right now, we would be here for a while. But we're heading into round 9. Sides have been swapped. Mighty Aura are now going to be planting the bomb. Monarchs are going to be defending. So let's see how the strategy switch up works in which team's favor. Risk with the first blood of the round takes out Sev. Brings it down to a 4v5. Still too early to tell whose game it is, but it seems to be pretty respectful, other than the first blood.
This is kind of what you'd expect to go and see from these two teams. Nobody wants to nobody wants to let the other side get too comfortable. That's exactly what they're doing. Nobody's getting too aggressive either. If there was a devil man in either of these teams, then yes, somebody would be getting aggressive, unchecked, unprecedented. Well, there's no devil man here. Both sides, sets of players, keeping to a very good strategy of just playing safe and or overextending when they need to. But in the meantime, Batman gets put down, not even a very vital kill there. Michael sniper in hand, 7 kill mark, trying to get a kill. Raging able to get, Raging gets put down. Michael finds one. Michael gets put down as well. Kersey with the final blow. And Mighty Aura are going to retake their lead one more time. 5-4 on the scoreboard. And if you're UAH Monarchs TEF, yeah, I don't know what's happening. They're on the back foot.
Well, it's definitely not looking good for the side of UAH for now, but if they follow the pattern, if they follow the script, they should take this round. And if I haven't cursed it or jinxed it, Batman holding down trailer, shooting at his demons apparently as he gets taken down. No Limit with an SKS. Sev gets taken down as well, bringing it down to a 3v4. Swifty Pie has to meet us in the next round. Denoa takes out Raging. Now we're in a 2v4 situation here for the side of UAH. Michael trying to equalize the numbers, takes out Risk. Kurzi pushing up, he gets taken down as well. With the close range sniper in hand, trying to make it a triple now. Michael going for the KFC special. Can he confirm it though? 0-1 gets the kill on Denoa. No Limit now against Michael as he confirms the 3-piece. Confirms the win for the round. And hey, they followed the script, guys.
That is how it's done. If you wonder how to use a Locust Electron, Again, nasty 3 pieces like that. That is exactly how it's done. Michael, the trend setter for this team right now. 5 and 5. Scripts is being followed, Kyo. They are back in par, and we're going to around 11 for a tiebreaker once again. But if you're Mighty Aura, I think you're a little comfortable with the fact that you always get that lead eventually. And now, Kenny, you are here to go and flip that script. Hopefully, we're about to find out. 5v5 again. Michael sniper in hand. You've got Nonagon with the max, but it's able to get the very first one. Of course, he gets put down. That's a very vital kill. And Michael was getting the kill there, but he'd mark a fight, and he has to back it down. 5 and 5 is where we currently are. At the moment, if you're the side of UH, I mean, you need to get the lead eventually, so maybe this could be the round.
Well, they do have to take a round first to be able to break that pattern, break the cycle, but things are not looking good for them at this point in time. They're 1 life short right now, 3v4. Mighty Aura have the bomb in hand. Looks like Swifty is planting it on A side, and now Raging trying to push in, equalizes the numbers and puts it in Monarch's favor for just a split second. 2v2, make that a 2v1, make it a 1v1, not even giving us a chance to talk. No Limit gets taken out from the back. 0-1 with more than 20 seconds left on the clock now, rushing in to secure that defuse, and finally UAH take the lead.
They needed to take the lead, and they have taken the lead. That's exactly how it's done.
Lost that round, but it's
And
not
if you're
over
Mighty
yet.
Aura now,
Ready up.
S&D, you've won the hard point, but S&D looking like up against them might be able to create that little bit of upset they need so badly. So far, 14 kill mark for No Limit, the highest S&D. Oh, I lied. Steve has 15, and that's going to be the highest in the entire lobby. But now Michael Sniper again, which is that mid-buff sniper, almost gets lucky. No value found, but that was close. The hit marker, but he doesn't confirm the kill now. Batman, smoke being thrown. He knows, he sees the smoke. He can't get that value. Reese puts him down. A very fast man comes through. Michael aggressive. Finding 1, finding 2. Might find a lot more there. Slides Michael. Michael freaking Jackson, but Raging claims the last 2 for their side. It goes down to Kersey in a 1v3. He's going to make a defense now. He's going to make that move and find the first kill. There's 2 more players. He's surrounded. It doesn't matter. He finds a double. It's a 1v1. It's him. It's Michael. Who gets the kill first? He's goes all the way back to Australia. If you're Michael now, you've got to make a play for this one. You've got to get the fuse somehow, but you've got to put the man down first, because he knows Michael with the chase. But ultimately, somehow Michael fights him. He still has time, and Aubrey freaking gets down. Aubrey in the lead, 5-7.
Lost that round, but it's not over
My
yet.
days.
Ready up.
I've got goosebumps. I know we can't switch the cam right now, but I've literally got freaking goosebumps. What a clutch, a back-to-back clutch from Michael. Now a 2-round lead in favor of UAH, and he's still going in for more. He is bloodthirsty right now, kill hungry, hoping to increase his kill count, overtake his teammates. Let's see how UAH maintain this lead. We still have Mighty Aura with the bomb in hand. Numbers are still neck and neck. First blood officially drawn. Badman takes out No Limits before he falls to the hands of Risk. 4v4 now as Raging with the wallbang takes out Risk. Denor has dropped as well. Didn't get a snipe in this round. Percy, we teased him at the beginning of the round for not getting any kills. But now he's stuck in a 1v2. Michael out for the count. No clutches for him this round. Let's see what Kazi Donut Shop is going to do.
Oh, it finds a kill. Takes Raging down to 1v1 now. It's him against Steve. Kid possibly make it work. He can. 16 kill mark for Steve, 10 for Kersey now. 54 on the clock. Looking for a possible. Who's going to find it first? Kazi sees him dance. The chase might be on, but Steve also knows he's waiting for the man to make that move. The bomb has to get planted though, so I think Kersey doesn't really care about the kill right now. He wants to go for a plant. He's got a 10 kill mark, and now the bomb does get planted. Steve making his way back to B, but now he's got to make it back to A once again. So it's really going around the map all the way through. 37 more on the clock, and who's going to be getting the clutch first?
Who's going to get the clutch indeed? Kazi versus Steve 1v1. We're playing Ring and Rosie around the map here. Seth goes in for the kill, confirms it. He took a very scenic route, makes his way all the way back to A-bomb, goes in straight for the defuse. Again, respectfully, I can't believe I'm actually sad that there's no body shooting. This is what I get for spending too much time with Cal, guys. But 8 rounds in favor of UAH. Mighty Aura still on 5. This is match point here for UAH. If they can secure this next round, then they will have won the SND and secured their first map for the series. So, no pressure, no pressure. Michael definitely feeling the pressure, though. He takes out Denor very quickly in the round. Wallbang coming through. Electron working very well for him. Sev takes out Risk, and now Mighty Aura 3v5. That's not where they want to be at match point.
And definitely no, but they are letting it happen. C finding more values, and now it's down to 2 more players for their side of Western Lukazi. And Swifty Pie gets put down to Kersey now in a 1v3. He's got to make it work. I don't think that's a possible thing, but again, he can. Sniper in hand, sees a player, can't get the kill, backs it back. Oh, somehow he's going to get wall banged through literal tin. Somebody explain that to me in bathrooms. And 9-5 up against our Monarchs TEF are going to get their very first map, best of 5, and I'm afraid we are going to have to go all the way to map 5 for at least for sure a map 4. As things are going to get tied up, S&D fighting range 9-5 on the scoreboard as we make our way to a controller. Yeah.
Well, it's my favorite game mode for a reason, so we're definitely going to see which team takes the lead here with regards to the series score, but we've definitely pushed a map 4, so definitely looking forward to a hard point on Hacienda. But before that, we got to make a quick little detour, see how things out on Control on Crossroads. But before that, can we take a minute? Can we just take a minute to appreciate the scoreboard? Absolutely amazing kills throughout, except for who we potentially think is Seb. But if it's Seb, we are proud of you. You tried. Nonetheless, on the side of Mighty Aura, 15 kills coming in through for No Limit. Kazi, we made fun of him in the beginning, so I owe him a huge apology for that. Kazi and Risk both on 11 kills, guys. 11-11. We got to make a wish, and Mighty Aura are wishing for a W on the next map. Denor with 8 kills going strong, and Swifty Pie, complete opposite gameplay of how we saw him play in the hard point, coming in with 5 kills.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of back and forth happening here. Swifty was a phenomenal hardpoint player, bro. Again, the thing about game motors, there's hardpoint players, and there's a couple times where they're not really that, should I say, effective in such a destroy. It's a totally different game mode, a lot more slower, a lot more tactical. So I would want to assume that Swifty Pie just isn't really the S&D man. But again, I've seen Swifty and S&D on the World Qualifiers for Africa. He was a beast as well. So I'm just gonna guess maybe not his ideal map and not his best day, but ultimately still. It didn't really matter. No matter what he did, up against Star, we're going to get that win. Steve on the 19 kill mark just made an absolute statement there. They wanted the S&D map, and they were going to get the S&D map. But that said, Such and Destroy there is theirs, and now we're making our way back to a respawn on Control. The map as well is going to be kind of, Crossroads Strike. This is a very beautiful snowy map, but this can be the map where nightmares occur and dreams are literally crushed. So if you're the side of Mighty Aura, you do seem to be a little bit better on respawns. So actually, I take that back, a lot better on respawns after what we saw on Summit Hardpoint. S&D a little bit slower, but now Crossroads Strike being a kind of hybrid between two of them, but I would argue majorly leaning more towards the hardpoint kind of things as a respawn. So if you're Mighty Aura, you might be going into this map with a little more confidence, but at the same time, Monarchs do have momentum in their favor. So now I think it's all going to come down to who wants to win it more, John.
Well, it's definitely going to come down to that. And I mean, I feel like we do have to keep in mind, this is the best of the West versus the best of the East. We might be watching a bit of stage 4 foreshadowing right before our eyes. So I should have taken that into consideration before I locked in my prediction tonight. We're going to see how these two teams will settle things on Control. And who knows, maybe we might see a bit of turnaround from the side of UAH with regards to how they play their respawns. But other than that, things were looking strong for Mighty Aura. They're starting off strong as well. We've got them on the capturing side. We've got UAH on the defending side. And Mighty Aura already have life advantage. They've only lost one. 28 for 22. While it's dropping now, UAH trying to make the comeback. And if my eyes don't deceive me, Michael is sniping in control.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that, especially on a map like this, snipers can work, but you have to make sure you're the word is flawless. You're flawless with that sniper. In the meantime, however, Mighty are going to have the life count advantage, 14 versus 25. So if you're the Monarchs, well, you have started things on not the best note possible, and you have to find a way back. But Steve and Batman doing exactly that as they find the value for their side. If you're Mighty Aura, 21v13, you're on the attack. Now they're playing a full-on to the M. It's actually working, but eventually they're going to have to get a flat capture. Now on the clock, 43 and counting down very fast. So if they fail to get a flat capture, it might come back to haunt them. I think they do know that as they try to make progress on the B flag, but Steve is not letting that happen. He's spraying everybody who comes anywhere near that B flag down in a freaking instance. And now 7v7-10, Mighty Aura have the life count. UAH almost at the land of Liberty.
Well, it's S&D territory now for the side of UAH. 4 people left. Make that 3. I've jinxed it ever so quickly. 3v13, a 10 life count advantage, and now it's a 1v12. Well, that turned around very quickly. Mighty Aura have completely forgotten about OBJ though. Batman coming through from the back while they're trying to capture B. B flag completely captured. 1v11. Can you find any more value here? Or are we going to see a potential... Yeah, no, they're running away from him. They're charging their operators.
Yeah,
that's not surprised.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. And he's chasing, he's fighting back. He's gonna get one kill there. It's a 1v9. He knows he can't do much, but the best thing he can do is charge. And he also can't commit suicide, because apparently that's against the rules, and that would get your team disqualified. So he can't even afford to die. He's got to somehow make it work. And I mean, if anybody can get those skills, it has to be Batman. But they say enough is enough. They have 3 operator skills to work with now. It's round 2 loads in, and if you're on the side of UAH Monarchs, this is not the control you dreamed of. But again, it's just round 1, man. It's first to get 3 rounds, so this can still pretty much be anybody's game.
Well, let's hope that their strategy works in their favor, because now they're going to be the ones capturing, and Mighty Aura are going to be defending. And what a job at defending they're doing. Denor gets a double with his War Machine out. The Tempest in the hands of Risk finds one value before it times out. Not the best use of that operator that we've seen, but UAH try to make up for their life count here as they take a very, very small lead. What they're not taking the lead in though is the OBJ, because Mighty Aura are keeping them off. There's not a speck of blue on either of the flags right now. We're switching between A and B. Life counts still in UAH's favor, but let's see how long they can keep that up for.
They need to find a way to make sure that stays, but Batman and C find their value. 21v7-10 at the moment. If you're up against, oh hell, you start things off well, you were getting the kills, but don't forget, time is a thing of essence. You can't afford to let time not be on your side on a map like Strike, especially on a mode like Control. But 14v15, now they're going to lose the life count advantage. Mighty Aura are going to have it on lockdown. How the tables have turned, or as my friend how Kyo would say, how the turns have tabled. 11v13, Nikolai's not for curse. He might get the kill. No, he doesn't get the kill. That's a very bad operator skill for I don't know. I haven't seen good operator skills on this map yet for today, so I need to see that on the next one, hopefully. But so far, 10v8, 9v8, back and forth, and nobody's letting this go to the other side, Chijo.
Well, it's pretty neck and neck here, and now UAH once again the first to reach the land of no more respawns. We've got 15 seconds left on the clock. Michael locks in a 2-piece there with his pistol in hand. Now both teams on their last few lives, 3v4. Make that 3v3. We're in S&D mode right now. 2v3 in favor of Mighty Aura. 2 ticks captured on the B flag. 1v3. The unlucky player, Sev, stuck last man standing before Mighty Aura take them down for a back-to-back round.
Okay. I didn't know what the words these are. I wouldn't say I didn't see it coming because we did talk about the fact that respawns right now, Mighty Aura just seems to be looking a lot better. Up against our struggling, you can see that happening once again. 3 players, make that 4 then 1 foul swoop, and Mighty Aura are dominating that kill. But now we go, the no sniper in hand. The no says, you know what, Mikey? If you're I'm also going to snipe, and we're going to find out the better sniper is. But now Michael was that night little, finding a double kill of that. Equalizer, Batman finding 2 as well. And finally, I'm seeing operators don't get properly used. Michael making that 3, making that 4. A full on spawn trap now. Mighty Aura, they can't even leave their spawns. Finally, up against Maya working up. But Rix now gets the 1 kill. 20 puts them down. CV still close by. 19 kill mark. The back and forth goes on. 21 10 now. And you were into the kill from so far. Mighty, they can't fight back, but now they do. 55 comes to you. Rix finds a double. Now they break that spawn trap finally. The damage was done, but it wasn't really much because 16 v12, 15 v12, lives are still ridiculously close.
Extremely close indeed, and the Mighty Aura still have yet to capture a single tick on either of the flags. As I say that, they confirmed 1 tick on B. Batman tries to stop them, but does not manage to come out of there successful. Got the Sparrow in hand of Swifty Pie there, gets 1 value from it before Michael says put it away. Now 2 ticks on the B flag, locked in for the side of Mighty Aura. They're going in for the full capture, hopefully to increase that timer, but an 8v6 situation, I don't think it's gonna need that much time, Cal.
I just have no word to say right now. 7v5, and what if UAH chunk this? I don't want to believe that can happen, but again, I do know one thing about, okay, you know what, Carl, shut up. They can't choke it. 7v2, Batman, Steve, even Seb turning to the party now. Only 1 final player. 50 Pie gets back shots there from the man from Garino, Batman himself. And up against our Monarchs TEF, finally going to get their hands on a score in the control crossroad strike. If you're Mighty Aura, however, you're not one, to get complacent. You have to make sure you end things off now. If they tie things up, then that would be no man's land. Literally tiebreaker, and that's never good for business here. As you open things up once again, look at that kill finish. Oh, Mighty Aura, they're not with War Machine. Finally, a quick double there, and it's all yellow on the kill finish. That's CV24. Not a single player lost against a 6-player loss count. 4 up against the back and forth finally ensues here. But Mighty, the damage is done.
Well, damage is done indeed. Again, we might see a potential 10 life advantage if Monarchs are going to continue playing with this type of strategy here. They are the ones capturing for this, again, match point round before Mighty Aura almost take the lead once again. 23 for 17. Mighty Aura playing cleanup on the A flag there. They have time to clean up and get rid of any trace of UAH that was on either of their flags. 22 to 14. A little bit of contesting happening there as UAH tried to capture, but Risk holding it down on his own, not letting Raging anywhere near that point anytime soon. 18 for 10, 30 seconds left on the clock. This might be the round that Mighty Aura need to seal the deal on control.
Just might be 8 and 16, double the life cut now in their favor. And if you're up against I just don't know how can you fight back. Batman, Steve, the answer might be theirs. Now the Tempest pops out, finding the first kill there. The Death Machine puts him down for response. That's going to be Seb himself, able to get that 1 value. But Trade finds him, near more response, 4v12. Triples the lifestyle in favor of Mighty Aura, 3v11. If you're up against everything at this point counts. It has to be infection. Flawless has to be the word. 3v11, no more time on the clock. Every gunfight has to be won. 2v9, Mighty Aura, they've got the life count. It's all down to Michael, the man from Kenya, the only man now left on their side. Ball 27 fails them. They know with a final blow, and Mighty Aura claim that lead and lock it down. 3-1 as they have their lead on the map series now. 2-1. My God.
I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed. That broke my heart right there. Did UAH Seb? Did you wake up this morning and say how can we make Kijo cry?
Stand down.
What's an APS game? What's an African Pro Series, an African Championships tournament game without Kijo crying? Yes, yes. Okay, we've got Mighty Aura with a 2-1 series lead as of right now. We did already say that we are going to see a map 4, but the question is, are we going to see a map 5? So, Monarchs, we're heading back onto a respawn game. I beg, please, if they change their strategy in the last 2 minutes, let's hope and pray that it works. We would love to see a map 5 potentially tonight. At least it's not a 3-0. But on the side of the kill feed though, we have to take a look at the incredible, look at that. It's still equal. How? Badman from the side of UAH and Risk from the side of Mighty Aura, both with 31 kills on the scoreboard. Both have the highest in the lobby, highest for their team. And at the bottom, once again, strong foundation wise, you know, gotta keep that in mind. We've got 0-1 from the side of UAH and Kurzi, both on 12 kills. So, very neck and neck for both sides. I wonder what the difference was.
I don't know. I mean, like, you're looking at the top kills, 31 of both of them. Looking at the bottom kills as well, 12 and 12. Looking at the middle kills, 27, 25. They're literally so close. Of course, Michael and Raging not able to get a 20, and Swifty at No Limit able to get to that 20 kill mark. But ultimately, there wasn't that much difference when it came to the kill department. I just think it was more of like strategy put round, and you just saw that Mighty Aura found a way to win every round when it mattered the most, and that's what is going to get them their second map in our best of 5 series. Don't forget, best of 5s, first to get 3 maps wins the entire thing, and so far Mighty Aura are 1 map away from closing things off. And judging by what we've seen so far on the series, if you go to Hacienda Hardpoint, there's a high chance that this might be the last map we see on stream today, except of course maybe up against our Monarchs TEF finally get their hand on a respawn. Hardpoint, Hacienda, the home of the Lion. Who's going to claim this one?
The home of the Lion. I've never heard it being called that before. I'm sure Alex would be very proud to hear that this is one of her favorite maps. But yes, for our 4th map of the night, Hacienda Hardpoint. Well, we're gonna see how this plays out. If Monarchs can surprise us with a bit of a comeback respawn wise, then we will potentially see our 5th map. But if not, this is series point here for Mighty Aura. They've been fighting to get into the African Pro Series from day 1. They've tried every single challenges. They've tried the previous Gulag that we did have. They didn't manage to make it through, so this is their time.
I don't know, Joe. This is kind of a lot to take in right now. On paper, like we did say before the game started, there's not a world where up against them we're about to get 3-0, even 3-1, you know. Unless the regular leagues, maybe a 3-2. We saw them in the challenges, you know. The first week they played a whole different restart, yes. But we saw the comeback they made up against Nonagon. And then in week 3, we saw them dominate the entire thing. It was just them all the way through. So just see them now in the Gulag Series losing to Mighty Aura. I mean, there's so much to ask. So many questions. What exactly is the problem now with the up against our Monarchs TEF squad? What do they need to fix? What needs to happen? You know, there's so many things. I mean, I think we should start with kicking out one. If that's Seb, if that's not Seb, yeah, we can leave him. I think it's just a bad day for the man. But in the meantime, however, we're gonna start things off again with Hardpoint and Hacienda Hardpoint. It's 0-0. P1 opens up. Nate's gonna get thrown. No smoke so far. My favorite thing is not being thrown, and now it is. And let's get the party started here.
Well, we have started things off quite strong as Mighty Aura take the lead with OBJ once again. They've got complete control over P1 and now UAH fighting to get in there, get their piece of the action as they try to break into point. Swifty coming through. We're seeing his true colors here. Back on a respawn game, back on Hardpoint. Hopefully going to dominate the scoreboard. No Limit with his SKS in hand. Didn't fail him before. It better not fail him now as he secures a 4-piece, going strong and holding off Monarchs from getting into point. Point currently contested. Sev trying his best. They get it for just 1 split second, and now scrap time possibly going in their favor as rotations are already being made for P2.
Big shout out to, I can't pronounce the name, that's Yassar on the YouTube, the main YouTube chat, with the 7 brands that are on the stream. Big shout out to you, 37 and 12, by the way. Mighty Aura, once again, they are going to have the lead locked in. They kickstart things off on a very good note, and that's exactly what we saw in the Hardpoint Summit. They started things off well, and they never let that lead go. So if you're up against them, things are starting to look a little bit familiar once again. It's like a fever dream here. You couldn't afford to let that happen. P2 opens up, and who's going to get there first? Mighty Aura going to lock it down. 50-point mark and counting, as they are going to win all their gunfights so far. See comfortably, finding the kill. Rix gets put down. Doesn't matter much now. I take that back. C finds a double. All-1 finds the final kill. Now they're going to clear out that hell. So the last 30 might be there, but they need to make sure they have a perfect hold for the last 30 seconds on the hill there while they start to make their way towards P3.
P3 indeed, but we've got our last 20 seconds here. Getting into scrap time of P2, the absolute money hill that Mighty Aura seemed to have taken full advantage of. And they're still fighting for it. Denoa pulled out his war machine on P2 and it works in his favor. Almost no trace of UAH left on P2 except for one person raging, fighting for those last valuable seconds to bring Monarchs up to 24. Mighty Aura with an Aura number indeed. They're on 69 for OBJ right now as we rotate to P3. Monarchs get their first 26, 27 and counting. Raging gets taken out. Point is contested. Spokes are thrown. Vision is blocked. But the equalizer from Kazi coming through and getting stopped by Michael. Thanks for that, Michael. I was on a flow state there.
17-30, my god. Keep going flow state. Michael saying yeah, not today. Now we go next to P3 so far. 30 more seconds on the clock here. We need to start making our way towards P4. But I mean, there's still a lot of time for P3, so you want to contest it. You don't want to let the other team get any more points here. And that's exactly what other games are going to be doing. They are getting as much points as they can possibly get. Batman now with Iglaza, finding the value there, finding another one, finding he gets put down by the Ignores nade. But now Minimap says everybody has to make their way towards that P4 on Roxanne. Who's going to get there first? Minimap says it's going to be Mighty Aura. One player gets sent, 3 players get sent there, and they look to get the best spot. But Batman, Michael, they both come through that door. Swifty Party, you can't hold down the storm as they put him down first. And now up against our Monarchs, can they lock down the side of Rocks here? Can they make it there? The full 60 might just get the game back in their hands. But if you're Mighty Aura, you can afford to let that happen. They have to come through for a break eventually. Raging. Steve gets put down, Swifty finds one, they're gonna break that hill, they're gonna make it theirs, and the question has to be asked, up against though, how do we get there and we just lose the entire thing? But now the death machine comes out, it's gonna find kills, finding 1 so far, Batman finding 3, and the kill for him is gonna be entirely blue. Finally, up against though are starting to look alive.
That gap is looking smaller and smaller, it's closing in here, and Mighty Aura are feeling the pressure indeed. We've got people contested currently until Mighty Aura take it for a split second. Monarchs come back in fighting for their spot. Well deserved. Our last few seconds of scrap time. Denoa locks in a 3-piece. Doesn't even waste time on the scrap there, and that is what Mighty Aura needed to lock in 100 seconds. Now 2 seconds short of that. UAH on 63. We're back over onto P1. Rotations have restarted. And we're going to see how it all plays out. Mighty Aura finally on that 100. Monarchs on 63. We're going to see how they push into P1 and break it this time.
If you're Mighty Aura, you're going to get above the 100-point mark first. And ultimately, that's very important that they do that. And up against they're going to kickstart things off slow as usual. It's hard for Hacienda. The last hard point we saw, it was all Mighty Aura. But I think this one is a lot closer than what we saw in Summit. Monarchs are actually fighting back. They're winning gunfights. They're getting rotations in their favor. They're actually getting operator skills used perfectly well. So what they need to do now is find that one moment where the game just completely turns around in their favor. And so far, Mighty are not looking to let that happen. P1, scrap time, both sides, fighting it up to the very, very freaking last. 77-1-12. Eventually, we need to make our way to us next on P2. And who's going to be getting there first, Kyo?
Well, we're definitely going to have to wait and see, because there has been a bit of a slight lag situation, as if the match wasn't suspect enough. But we can see that Mighty Aura do have the lead for now. Whether UAH are going to be able to come back from that is the question on everyone's mind. So if you haven't locked in your prediction yet for who's going to win the hardpoint, please make sure you do that now. with the poll still being active in the YouTube chat. There's only 22 people who voted. Now, wow, where are the other 110 of you?
Man, there's about 140 people on the YouTube stream, so I want to see like 190 voting and way more than the people here. You can double vote. Can you? I don't think you can, but like we can create things, guys. We can create our own things, you know. We can disobey the YouTube laws on double votes, but in the meantime, the production trying to get us back in the game, and of course we are back in like we never left. And wait, a player left for UAH as well. It's a 2 players left. So I think it was a general Codem issue. It was a Codem server logout, and 2 players disconnected from both sides. And now we're down to a 4v. Wow.
Well, we've got a 4v4 situation now, so at least it doesn't seem unfair for both sides.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be a bit different. Teams are used to a 5v5, so now we're playing with BR squads here. We're in the wrong game mode, guys, but Operator Skills is still out. War Machine active over on P3. We completely missed P2, well, the last bits of it. Denor scores a 3-piece KFC special there, taking it from Michael. As he finishes that off, Operator Skill times out. We've got 2 Tempests active right now. Make that 1, because that's a very difficult Operator Skill to use. Risk pushing right into UAH spawn, finds a double, tried to get a triple and did not. Well, he did secure that actually, but Batman takes him down with him, Romeo and Juliet style. Mighty Aura still have the point here over on P3. Last few seconds of scrap time, holding down inner and outer, and Michael probably going to give up with trying to get P3. Rotations for P4 are made, and seems like UAH are the first to win that race.
First of all, I just saw a very funny comment there saying Kai first streams has prepared me for this. And that is so funny. I had to call that out. Ultimately though, Mighty Aura in the meantime, 170, 106. They've got the lead locked in. Up against now, they pretty much didn't catch up the entirety of the hard point. I don't see a world where they actually make that comeback happen, where they actually get that win. But again, that's what this game is about. We want to see comeback. We want to see those moments where all of a sudden the casting just get hyper because the players are doing things that we never thought possible. So if you're up against our Monarchs TEF, this is the moment where you need to wake up and give it everything you have, 101%. But in the meantime, Mighty Aura don't look like they want to slow down now. They almost at the 200 point mark. They're almost at the finish line. Can they now cross it? P4 so far. Contest of swords, more I would call it. Up against our fighting back. Batman finding a kill there. Of course, he gets him put down. Now we need to go back all the way to a P1. Unfortunately, we can't end the game in P1. If not, I would be ironically saying, where we things all started, where things might all end. I miss that line so much more. It can't end there, but we're going to be going back to P1.
Back to P1 indeed, and this is the 3rd time we're going to be over on P1. 3rd time's the charm for either one of these teams. Mighty Aura currently still in the lead, 189 for 117. If Monarchs can get their hands on any more OBJ time, now is the time to do so, because Mighty are closing in on that 200. We've got P1 contested, smoke is out, nades have been thrown. All the bells and whistles are being pulled out as Monarchs try to catch up to that lead. They're trying to even the gap out. Risk falls out of point, Sev pushing him, Michael pushing him. He gets a 2-piece of his own, holding down top. The control, unbelievable, and Denor takes him out. There's a little bit of beef behind the scenes there between the 2 solid snipers. They're still going at each other in a respawn with guns in hand. As now Mighty Aura, they're still on 198, Monarchs on 136 as we head over to P2.
Capture the objective.
I mean, just to be fair, Raging was a player disconnected for the side of Monarchs, and for Mighty, I can't exactly tell what it was, but of course, you can clearly see that there's been a little change in the gameplay so far, but it's still Mighty dominating. I mean, if 01 had disconnected, no offense to 01 again, but I think maybe up against Star would have had a better chance here, but without Raging, the gameplay doesn't look like what they would possibly make work. Mighty Aura still dominating the kill feed. They're still looking a lot more better. They're still just looking like they want to end things on a 3-1 note. Unfortunately, for the side of UAH, yeah. Don't forget, it's best of 5. First to get 3 maps is going to win the entire thing. And if you're Mighty Aura, you're literally 1 map away now from qualifying for the upper bracket finals. And whoever wins that one qualifies for the APS Symphony as well. But the good thing about this game is 4 games back to Nonagon and UAH. If they do lose this one, they're not its house. There's still a lower bracket run that they can make, and whoever wins the last game of the lower bracket also gets to qualify for the APS Season 3. In the meantime, however, the scoreline reads 162-210. Mighty Aura have the lead, and now we need to go next towards that B3. But dishes are going to be very important and very key, and who's going to be getting there first? The answer so far, mini-maps is both sides, and if you're Mighty Aura, that's a good thing.
Well, it does seem like UAH have the spawns for now, and they do have control of the points. But we're gonna see if Mighty Aura can break into it. And just to confirm what Cal was saying, it seems that Mighty Aura have lost No Limit as their first player. So, pun intended, it seems like we found his limit, and that had to be his network connection. But let's see if Monarchs are gonna take advantage of that as they close in ever so slightly, 175 to 220, still in favor of Mighty Aura. Tempest active in the hands of Risk in Warehouse, doesn't see any of the members going past him, pushes through the smoke, confirms the kill on Sev, still has his Tempest, and Michael gets taken down as well. 227 to 181, point is contested. Last few seconds here, and scrap time going in favor of Mighty Aura. They're not letting a single second go, because I mean, genuinely, that's all that matters. You got Michael as well coming through with a 3-piece so strongly, and UAH once again early rotations. They've already set up shop on P4.
The game is starting to get close now, and I might have to just assume that there's a chance, there's a world where up against our force amount 5, because that's what they're looking to do right now. 237 however, Carl, please don't jinx it, please don't cast a curse in. How Mighty are going to get kicked out once again. UAH are right back into the hell of B4, 36 more on the clock. Tempest gets popped out, War Machine gets popped out there, so for player number 4, the Nor. Can he find Valley though? The answer has to be yes. Finding a kill there, trying to put himself down, and then we see for the Tempest, and Monarchs are finding him out to get to that 200 point mark. The last time they played hardpoint, they were only able to get 137, and that wasn't solid, but now with Hacienda, they are going to break that 200 point mark barrier, and finally the P4, they start to look alive once again. This is the UAH Monarchs that I know and love, and they're fighting back finally. They're putting down Mighty Aura. P4 about to end, but it doesn't really matter. Scrap time, it's going to be entirely theirs. They're not letting it go. Eventually, we need to go back to P1 once again. We've been rotated over and over and over again. P1 opens up. Who's going to get there first? Doesn't really matter. It's an entirely open hill. It's all back to middle fountain. And look at that scoreline, 222 to 241. This is as close as it possibly can get.
The fact that we're seeing P1 again is absolutely intense, because this is the point that Mighty Aura definitely shine. They've got 5 more seconds left to secure the victory. Monarchs feeling the pressure indeed. Less than 20 seconds needed for them to secure map 4 in their favor and push for that map 5. Everyone wants to get a piece of the OBJ right now. Contested as Monarchs try to hold it down. We've got a Tempest active here. Sev doesn't find any value with it so far. 1 more bullet in the chamber and still no value found. He gets taken out. We're on 245 for 245 as Monarchs take the lead. Last few seconds. Point gets contested. 249. Contested again. Now why they...
All they needed was the disconnection from 1 player each. 4v4, Call of Duty style. Yes! I told you, Kijo, we need to start playing 4v4s. Call of Duty. No, you know what? This Codem thing, scrap it out, guys. 4v4s, that's it. That's what they needed. And Mighty Aura with the choke. Nonagon, we thought they were the chokiest team ever, but we've met Mighty Aura now. They had the lead for the entirety of the game. They had the game in the bag, 230 points and counting, and somehow, up against the Monarchs TEF, are going to get that victory and make it theirs. What a way! Get in, Joe. I don't know what they say. Get in, guys. 225, Joe.
Oh, I'm in shock. Don't mind me, guys. If my English package has, you know, completely depleted. Wow. Absolutely incredible comeback from UAH. That is the hard point that we came to see. That is the UAH that we know. They came, they saw it, they conquered in their favor. And the kill feed, it speaks volumes. Look at that. But from the side of Mighty Aura, now how you get 2 players with 50 bomb and lose on OBJ? How?
Your star says, Kijo, your star says, I've seen less jokes on Chrome. I don't want to imagine what that means right now. We're just gonna stay focused on the game, guys. We're gonna stay focused on the game. In the meantime, my freaking god. To answer your question, I've got no idea how. It's one question I also want to answer. I want to get the answer to, but I've got no idea how that happens. But in the meantime, Mighty Aura, they look so dominant the entire time. It looked like it was surely gonna be their map and their game. It looked like this was the end of our best of 5. This was the end of our casting tonight. I was about to go to bed, rest my eyes and just go to sleep, you know, but ultimately it's not going to be the case here, because Mighty Aura once again are going to have to play one more map up against our Monarchs TEF. Have done the impossible. They've won a respawn up against the team that absolutely humiliated them on the first 2 respawns they played today, and that's exactly what you need. And now the funny thing about this is they're making their way into a search and destroy game mode, which is literally the one mode where up against are clearly better. And I don't know if Mighty Aura should be safe. I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, considering I did predict that UAH were going to win, you know, I think production just had a bit of a rough time hearing what I predicted. But we will see how things play out on our last and final map of the night, last map of the series. And it all comes down to this. But if this is anything, if this is even half of what we can expect from these teams at the stage 4 level, then I'm sat. I'm here for it. I cannot wait to see what both these teams bring to the S&D. And on Melta, now who chose these maps?
Yeah, the Meltdown map. I don't think it's one map that I don't particularly enjoy casting, but it's one of my most nostalgic maps in Kodem from esports entirely. The one I was at a nade finding 4 players. That was 2022, I think, 2023. That was the LG up against Godlike game where Nade found 4 kills, and I would never forget that inside that middle freaking building. Nobody, if you've watched that esports game, I don't think anybody ever forgets that moment. But Meltdown, beautiful map, not really entirely seen that often in this particular game mode, but it's gonna be here today. We saw, now look at the map bans. To me, apparently, Mighty Aura had no bans. They did not ban a single map. I think they were very confident, or they were just not available to ban. But ultimately, I don't know if that beat them in any way. Maybe that did go against them. But now we're looking at S&D on Meltdown. This is a map we haven't seen that much. So whichever of these teams went to pick Meltdown, I can assure you that they know something that we don't, and they think that this could be the map where they close up this series. So if this is Monarch's pick, surely it might be their map. If it's the side of Mighty Aura that picked it, then oh my god, I think they are possibly looking to win their first S&D map in this series. But again, Kijo, best of 5, and we had to go all the way to map 5. Let's go, Kijo, let's go.
Well, I'm definitely out of breath, and I'm also slightly confused, because if we looked at the map bans correctly, Monarchs banned Tunisia. They are aware that they have Michael on their team, right? Isn't that like his home ground? Why would they ban Tunisia? I need to speak to the manager, because who, why, when, how? I'm having a meltdown just looking at that. My eyes don't deceive me. But banning slums, I think
you might need to get glasses like me.
I might need to get glasses.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll go to my dentist and sort it out. There's no stress.
Good. Yeah, you guys heard that. You guys were not hearing things. She wants to go and get glasses from a dentist, and I'm not surprised. It's literally Kijo, guys. Kijo does the impossible things. It's Kijo. She's got Kijo for a reason, guys. But again, guys, map 5, first to get 3 maps wins the entire thing. And so far, both of these teams have 2 maps to their names. And one of them is going to go home today with the victory. And of course, we're going to see them tomorrow in the upper bracket final. One of them, unfortunately, is going to fall down to that lower bracket. But of course, they're also not out. Have a chance to redeem themselves and qualify for the APS 3. We can start things off in a 5v5. It's such a destroy, and I'm live from the Nairobi capital, Kenya. Take the lead, bro. did. No, you did.
It is currently 9:38 here, South African time, and we have kickstarted off the SND where everyone is social distancing and they don't want to piss anyone off. But Swifty Pie says no, goes in for a double kill potentially, doesn't confirm the second, as Sev manages to get away from that last deadly bullet, saving his life there. We had a 4v5 situation. Denor says no, takes out Badman. 3v5 now. Michael taking out Kazi, starting his donut streak with the wall bang, and now it's a 3v3. Numbers are equalized. Risk has been dropped as well. Less than 20 seconds left on the clock now as Sev comes through. He gets Swifty Pie. Denor is out. Michael and him going at it again. Sev with the final kill to do what Mighty couldn't, as they take the first round in our S&D.
Well, 1-0. Monarchs going to kickstart things off on a really good note, especially when we talked about an S&D. On paper, they're the much better S&D team. Not only on paper, but we also saw that earlier on Fighting Range. They also won the S&D. So if they can just do that one more time, ultimately they can win their entire thing and qualify for that upper bracket. But here we go. We kickstart things off once again. 5v5. Round 2 now. It's in Michael with the first one. No limit gets put down. Batman finds one more. Sniper and Shotgun opening things off for their side now. Mighty Aura lose 3 members in 1 foul swoop. And S&D might just not be there. Rick's able to get that one kill with a hit fire. Michael says, you put my player down, you also fall. It's down to Denor now in a 1v4. He's got a pistol and a sniper, but can he find any value? He's in a very bad spot. He knows that. They said it. They know exactly where the man is at. And my finishing kill, that's an ace. That was 5. That was an ace. Right? Oh, it wasn't an ace, it was 4.
No, he had 1 kill in the previous round.
Oh, it was 4. It was 4, yeah. It was, I did so good.
UAH are just teasing us this entire night. Even with the hard point, those last few seconds, it was like 248, nope, 249, nope, nope, give it a bit more time. Finally, climax at 250, and now yet again, look at that. 3 kills back to back. Mighty Aura are now on 2 players left against the entire team of UAHMT. 1 player for every single letter in that clan tag was left active. Raging has fallen. Michael with the back shots on No Limit, and Sev sealing the deal with Denor. 3 back-to-back Micey, you guys okay?
Yeah, they locked in. That's it. They just locked in. They got upset with the fact that, you know, they've had a couple bad games, and now we're looking at Mighty Aura putting them down. You know, this is the West versus the East, so there's a lot of pride on the line. This might be. Oh, sorry, I'm joking.
Not as badly as that hard point was choking. So we better hope Cal is okay. Mighty Aura now still stuck. Well, they were in a 3v2. 3v3, sorry, now it's back to a 2v2. Things are equal, things are calm. They've settled down. Hopefully Cal has settled down as well before it gets chaotic again.
I almost died. I've got no idea who's cooked it, but yeah, but this probably is black matter, guys. He's doing some dark magic somewhere, trying to end Cal, but unfortunately it's not gonna work. Kazi getting that kill, Steve gets put down. Mike left to clutch 1v2. He finding the very first kill there. It's a 1v1 now for Mike, but a player behind him, I think he knows that's going to be risked. It's all down to who's going to get it first. Locust up against SMG. They both see each other, I think. I don't know who's going to get the kill first, though. Now the push coming through from Michael, but Riz is going to back it down. He says, I don't need to take the fight. I don't need to.
Well, he might be on the side of UAH, but it almost seems like Michael is the one Aura farming at this point in time. Bro already has 8 kills. We're in the 4th round. I jinxed it, yeah. Down with Michael. Michael has fallen. And Mighty Aura get their first round after waiting 3 long rounds. They have finally joined the scoreboard for SND. And we're already on round 5 here. If you're just joining us, Monarchs are the ones planting. Mighty Aura are defending for our next 3 rounds, and Monarchs have the lead.
Yes, they do. No doubt they do. SND's their territory here. Can they not see things through higher for Michael? Oh, don't pick the man. First kill found, first blood drawn. Once again, 4v5, and Mighty Aura are not going to have numbers locked in. So, man, not really the best sport to be in, but they're finally able to get around there. So, a little bit of momentum now. Hopefully, in the court, hopefully they can bank on that and make something work. 1 and 3 on the scoreboard, 4v5. Bomb in hand for O1, strip T-Pie. Steve, check your freaking corners, man. You're supposed to know that. But he's going to get put down. O1 now for the trade, puts out Swift T-Pie. Then no sniper in hand. 1 kill mark. Batman finding 1 more value. And now it's down to a 2v4. Mighty Horror have no numbers to work with whatsoever. But if you're the Monarchs still, you're looking really good.
Well, 2v4 here, and Monarchs still have that life advantage. 2v3 now that Raging has fallen. Still on a cute little donut there. No kills for him, no value found. But UAH planting the bomb for this round. Bomb is in hand. They do have it, but do they even want to plant the bomb? It almost seems like they're playing with their food at this point. They're paying no attention to OBJ. As I say that, they're like, shut up, Kijo. We'll plant the bomb. Like, damn, okay, jeez. Time has now been reset, and now all the pressure on the last 2 players from Mighty Aura.
Oh my god, Michael with a free kill. The no gets put down. Vital that is. And now it's all down to the man, no limit to clutch 1v3. Bomb already planted, that's important as well to note. He's got to make the defuse somehow, but it's 3 players to go. It's the first one found. 0-1, nasty angle. The maximum rifle might just work. Michael knows now. The callouts are going to have to get even. No limit finds 1 more. It's down to a 1v1. There's no time. He's going in for the defuse. Oh, no. He gets caught in these tracks. He gets put down there. 1 and 4. But that was so nearly going to be a clutch. But Mighty Aura, unfortunately, are not going to get that round locked in. Monarchs once again extend their lead. It's now going to round 6 with UAH MT locked in for the lead.
Locked in indeed. I'm glad we're not seeing any equal rounds. UAH and Mighty Aura have given up the sharing is caring attitude, with UAH completely dominating in this SND. We're going to see how long they can keep that lead for. Denor took down the first person there from UAH. Now numbers were equal until Kazi fell. Swifty Pie has fallen. Michael out for the count. And Badman, avenging his teammates, secures a 5th round for SND. This might be one of the quickest SNDs that I've witnessed.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
They found a way to qualify for the map 5, and they are not playing about it how badly they want it won. They just want to end the whole thing and make it theirs, and that's exactly what they're doing so far. And right now, if you're the side of Mighty Aura, this isn't looking good for you. You have to fight back, and that's exactly what they're doing now. Kirsty with 1 more kill there. O1 gets put down. Cozy finds 1 more kill, puts the last man down, Raging. And now it's all down to Michael on 1v3. Sniper doesn't work this time. Denor finds him first. Maybe the best sniper won that particular one. 2 and 5. It's now we make our way to a round 8.
Round 8 indeed. We've got a 3-round lead here for the side of Monarchs. That seems to be the recurring pattern for this S&D specifically. But this is the potential last round that we're going to see UAH on the planting side. If you take a look on mini-map alone, the amount of nades that were being thrown absolutely flabbergasts me in every way possible. Badman with the first blood. Make that second blood as well. Third locked in as he takes down 3 players from the side of Mighty Aura. Doesn't manage to secure the ace though. Michael wanted his piece of the action. But Badman, 4 kills that round. He was hungry.
Yeah, I don't think Mighty Aura on this map, I won't lie. But they have to find a way back, and that's exactly what they're trying to do now. 2-6 on the board. Able to get to that 2 round mark. They have to get a lot more though, that's the thing. There's 4-round gap between these 2 sides. Mighty Aura need to get their head back in the map. They've been able to get a couple at the end there, but they need to absolutely lock in. If they're going to put down a UAH on them on game mode, they have to be absolutely locked in. And so far, you're going to see kills going left, right, and center. It's down to a 3 versus 2 now. Raging and O1, the last man standing for UAH here. But if you're the side of Mighty Aura, you've got a cost, you've got a risk, you've also got the no. The bomb does get planted now. Bomb plant. They've got to reset that down to 42 on the clock, so timer counting down very fast. Monarchs, now they're going to get put to notice. They have to make something work in 35 more on the clock. Whatever they have to do, they've got to do it in 31. Time is running out really fast. Mighty Aura have the map now controlled. Can they just find a way to lock it and see it through and get their third in this S&D meltdown?
Well, they're going to try their best to do that, given that they do have, well, did have life advantage. It is now neck and neck 2v2. Going in for the defuse. Denoa sees him, but can he get to him in time? He has the cover. Ah,
Lost that round. but
in
it's not
front of
over.
his eyes. You saw him
That
go
was
to the
bullying. That was bullying. He's like, you see him defusing the bomb, but you can't do anything about it because I'm looking at you, man. What are you gonna do about it? That was absolute. That was a form of cyberbullying. That should be accounted for. But ultimately, up against all, they're gonna be the ones bullying Mighty Aura there to get that round win. 7-2 on the board now, and Mighty are just finding a way to stay alive and survive this one. But it's a slaughterhouse so far. Cutting opens them up. Everyone puts them down. Back and forth and choose. 50 part on the 5-kill mark. The smokes are gonna get thrown, and now it's a full-on. Everybody's pushing A. There's a couple of players in B for the boys in blue ball. It was almost at the A side.
Well, it does seem that UAH were favoring A side there, as two of them have fallen. Now 3v3 numbers are equal. Someone tried to, Swifty tried to tickle Michael there before he runs away, giggling, getting to safety. But the bomb being planted by Mighty Aura on the complete other side of the map, where 01 was trying to get to, Swifty takes him out. Michael now and Badman, last two standing against 3 players from Mighty Aura. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to try to make it there. Michael secures the kill on Swifty. And now we're in a 2v2, but 15 seconds. Can they pull off another ninja?
I don't think they can. 1v1. Badman goes and shotgun hits Marco. Now they don't, but they know finds it first. Oh my god, was that close? 3-7 on the board, but that was so freaking close. Badman found the hit marker, just not the confirmation of the kill there. And 3 and 7, round 11 loads in, up against our Monarchs TEF. They're fighting, they're giving everything they have. Man, ultimately, I don't, wait, you know what, I take that back. They're not fighting, they're thriving. It's Mighty, they are the ones fighting now, trying to survive. And now, of course, he takes that rated vital kill. First block drawn, 5v4, one more player left in the tally, down to a 5v3 now. Starks are not going to have numbers in this round, and ultimately Mighty might be starting something for their side. But look at that now, Steve goes in, goes big, find the 2 kill there, 1 nade, 1 SMG kill, and numbers are right back and forth. 3 versus 3 here, Kyo.
3 versus 3 indeed, and as we say that, down to a 2v2, the trades are going off so smoothly, so simultaneously. Denoa takes Adman, puts Sev in a 1v2 situation. He equalizes it and he clutches it. Takes out Swifty Pie and Denoa. Double kill right off the bat. Goes in straight for the defuse. So respectfully, so calmly.
Lost that round, but it's
And
not over
secures
yet.
the 8th
Ready
round for UAH. It's match point.
Yeah, unfortunately, these guys don't body shoot. It's really sad. This is why I love the APS. If it was the APS, they, you know, when they get to the APS, they're gonna get corrupted by Cyclone and PDX because yeah, they're gonna start body shooting them. But in the meantime, though, this is the Gulag, and they are looking for 2 slots in the APS season 3. Monarchs about to qualify for the upper bracket finals and be 1 step away from a slot in the APS. And here we go, 5v5, Mighty Aura, they've had such a dominant run today, but somehow they've choked it. Batman with the very first kill, Steve able to get 1 more on the board now. It's down to 3 more players, make that 2, they're not just put down, they find 1 value though, it might be over. Dreams are being crushed. East might be better than West Africa, and it's all down to the 1-man player Kazi to go and defend that name. He's in a 10 kill mark. SMG finds a kill. Finds it. There's 3 more players in the 1v2. Can he find a way to make it work? Time is of the essence for sure. He's got them eventually, but I mean, he can still play TDM. There's a lot of time on that clock, a minute mark and counting, and he's going to go up against Raging and 01. Can he make it work? The answer might be yes. He finds 1 more kill. Raging gets put down. It's down to a 1v1. West Africa are still in the game, Kyo.
Well, with 3 rounds in their back pocket, Kazi is going to have to pull off something absolutely crazy against 01 here. He does have 12 kills in the bag. 01 with only 4 kills. Mighty Aura doesn't have the bomb right but I don't think he's prioritizing that. He's going in straight for the kill. All Monarchs has to do is play it passive. There's 26 seconds left on the clock. We're finally attempting to we're not even prioritizing the bomb. To hell with the bomb. This is full on TDM, and you're going to want to check your corners. 0-1 now, hoping that the sound gave him some sort of notification. And Kazi doesn't even get a chance to react before UAH secure not only map 5, but the series win for the night.
Oh, that breaks my heart. That does. I wouldn't even lie. I mean, I'm happy about up against not getting the win finally, but then Kazi there almost had the clutch, almost had it, just a little bit of a time and proper angling. Might have just made that round this, but unfortunately, Mighty Aura, such a dominant score, respawn game, sorry, for Hardpoint the first map, 251-37, lost the S&D, went to control, dominated up against her once again, went to Hacienda Hardpoint, and that was the start of their fall, because they had to lead the entire thing, the entire game, and they somehow choked it, and going into S&D, which of course is up against our Monarchs TEF's favorite game mode, there was literally almost a 0 chance that they were going to win that game. And then of course the scoreline tells you that 9-3, the story is written, Mighty Aura and down to the lower bracket. And I mean, they've had one Gulag, this is their second time with the Gulag, and it's not looking like they might be getting out of it alive once again. In the meantime, however, up against our Monarchs TEF, against every odd in the notebook, are through to the upper bracket final, Kia.
Well, I was holding in a comment that I wanted to say at the beginning of the series. We've had APS Season 1 and Season 2, and somehow Michael has been a part of both of them. It may not have been for the same team for both seasons. So if we don't see Michael in Season 3 of the APS, something's wrong. Hell will freeze over before we have an APS without Michael there. So no pressure on UAH, but they are still part of the upper bracket finals. They're going to go up against Strix Gaming tomorrow, and we're going to see who qualifies. But for Nonagon and for Mighty Aura, at the lower bracket, they're going to go head-to-head tomorrow. And unfortunately, the loser of that specific match will be dropped from the Gulag. The winner, however, still has a chance to make it if they can win their next game. So all roads lead to APS Season 3, and we get to watch it unfold right here.
We got to watch it unfold. I mean, wonderful day one. This has been amazing so far. It's been nerve-wracking. Of course, not the game one. When I say nerve-wracking, I'm talking about the game two today. The game one was FCX just dominating everything possible. Right? UAH and Mighty Aura, they went toe-to-toe up until the very last map. Best of 5, we had to go all the way to the final map. Wonderful game day. Big shout out to all of you who came out in numbers to watch the stream. But of course, it's not over. There's still tomorrow, which is going to be our last day of the Gulag Series. 3 back-to-back matches. You have the lower bracket round 1, the winners bracket round 2, and of course the lowest bracket round 2. The qualified 2 teams are going to be in the APS Season 3, which is going to be announced, I'm pretty sure, very, very soon. In the meantime, Kijo, this has been an amazing day. Of course, big shout out to Black as well, who did come on the stream earlier today. And of course, we're going to be seeing him as well as Kyo tomorrow on the stream. Kijo, any remarks for the viewers before we go and say goodbye?
Well, I didn't get to say it before, but it is, I'm extremely happy to be back. Been waiting for Gulag, so thank you to every single one of you who came and supported, even though NG qualifiers did start today. So if you're here to support, thank you very much for coming, and yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We shall see you guys tomorrow. Once again, big shout out to all of you for coming out